All right, welcome back to Class&Cool, where we check out classically inspired MMORPGs. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, so that's awesome. It's going to be, well, today is day 2 of the Monsters and Memories playtest, and that's what we're going to be doing here. Before we get started, though, just a quick recap of what we did yesterday. So I was kind of jumping between two things there. I want to give you a recap, but I also want to give you guys a heads up. So for those of you who don't know, Monsters and Memories is in alpha development. They currently have a 5-day community playtest. You can just download the client, log in, start exploring the world. I would recommend, obviously, you check out their homepage, so monstersandmemories.com. Go to something like frequently asked questions, and then there's a also a guide for new players. If you're curious to know about their roadmap, they plan on going into early access in Q1 of 2026. And you can kind of get an idea of where they've been, where they're at. They even have a Trello board, and where well, I'll read it. A Trello board that serves as a high-level deconstruction of most features and functionality that we'd like to have in the game. Okay, all of their under the Teams tab on their website, you can learn about the team. They're all super cool. This is mostly a completely self-funded project, and a lot of the people are volunteers, so they're not taking, funding. This is not a crowd-funded game. This is coming 100% out of their pockets. So it's one of those situations where quality has actually arrived before the hype, and now people are starting to learn more about it, and they're like, what is this? So this is not a crowd-funded game. This is not one of those situations where a bunch of people spent their hard-earned money and now they owe you something. This is a passion project of cool people that played games like classic EverQuest, classic World of Warcraft, Dark Age of Camelot. I mean, you can go down the list, or Ultima Online. Reason I have Nick highlighted here, because I just, who better to explain all this than the devs themselves? Nick is currently having a live stream, so this is day 2 of the playtest. So he's on right now. He's been on for about 2 hours and 25 minutes. Go check out the VOD. Go hop on the stream now. Even if you're watching this, leave this stream and go watch him right now, so you can ask him questions. That being said, go back and watch the VOD from the beginning, because he answers a lot of cool questions. Hey, what kind of races do you feel like adding? What kind of classes do you want to add? When's this coming out? When's that coming out? And he covered a lot of those topics. Whether you're a veteran and you've been following this project since the very beginning, or if you're just hearing about it for the first time, I think it's nice to hear from the devs themselves. So, so there you go. I think I covered everything, right? So, Monsters and Memories. Now, as far as what we're going to be doing today, as a little recap, yesterday we got to level 2 with Tempo. That's our Wood Elf Bard. It was the first time I've ever played a Bard, and it was quite an experience. So I'm excited to get back in there today. Without further ado, let's get in and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Uh-oh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to re-log into the client and see if I need to push an update. Sorry for not checking that earlier. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna close the client out. Yeah, keep in mind, there's people hammering the server right now. There's a lot of people trying to get in. I remember yesterday we had just steady, even it was like after 11, and there was steady like 350, 400 people in one zone, which is kind of crazy for an indie MMORPG. But it was, I mean, super smooth. I had no complaints. There was like occasional stutters here and there, but that's obviously to be expected. All right, so we just updated the client. Let's give it another shot. But yeah, yesterday we had a lot of fun. Essentially, we started as a level 1 bard. We got to do some exploring around the city. No spoilers, but if you don't want any spoilers, I'm gonna try to keep it as. Don't watch the last stream if you want it to be like spoiler free, because the first thing I did is I did the starter quest for the bard. So I recommend you do that on your own. It's quite a interesting adventure. So, but no, we're good. We're in. So let me swap screens real quick. Hopefully no other jank happens today. But welcome to Night Harbor. So yesterday we made it, like I said, to level 4. I think I said level 5. If I said that, then, you know, I'm just going crazy. But we made it to level 4. I got some of the spells that I wanted. So let me see here. I made a list. So we got our first damage over time. We got our first mez, which is for crowd control. And we got our first group heal, which is going to be great if I get in a group. What I really want to do is I really want to make it to level 5 today. We're not doing like a 4 or 5 hour stream. There's no way. That was absolutely crazy. I shouldn't have done that. I like slept for 3 hours and then went to work anyways. So we are, yeah, I'm trying to get to level 5 because I want to get my speed buff. That doesn't mean we're gonna just get to level 5 and cut it. I mean, shoot, if I can find a good group, or if I just find a nice solo camp, I might just grind it out. It all depends on how I feel, right? But if I start getting tired, I'm not just gonna sit here and drag it out like I did yesterday. I was committed to making it to level 4. So Zabutify said, good evening, I hope you've been well. Hey man, I'm so happy to be here. I know that a few weeks ago, maybe it's been a month and a half, 2 months, but I had recently come back and done a few videos or streams. But prior to that, I was gone for 8 months. So, you know, family, health stuff. Not going to go into that personal stuff, but just know that it's nice to be back, and it's nice to have some time for myself for once. But good to see you here. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to do. Let me open up my mud window. Fall damage is off, so... Oh no. Where did I fall into? Yeah, I like doing some parkour and just exploring, but now I have no idea where I am. And I'm actually going to do you guys a quick favor, because I don't mind this at all, but I know on stream it's kind of hard to see sometimes. So, there you go. Congrats. Now you guys can see. Parkour. Parkour. Oh, dang. We're like, is this a crane? Yeah, I thought it was like a catapult. All right, we're gonna jump on there. Ready? No. All right, anyways. So this is actually perfect. I wanted to go by here. Okay, they're red. I wanted to check out these guys and see what level they were, but Clearly they're too high. And I actually already got my level 5 spell, so as soon as we get to level 5, we'll be good to go. We also got some gear. I upgraded my weapon, which was one of my goals for yesterday. Gotta do a quick night city run. Obviously, if you're new to the project, this game is in alpha development. I already told you everything at the beginning of the stream, so go rewatch that. But anything you see that might be janky or empty, there's probably a reason for that, and it's subject to change. If you are interested in classically inspired MMORPGs, then like I said, you can go to their website, and the best way to get updates is to what do you call it? Sign up for the Discord. So yeah, that's where all the homies live, and that's where we give our feedback and tell them about all the stuff we love and what we hate, which is like nothing. Psych. There's always somebody to complain. But anyways, all right, so we are going to go to the west gate. So the north gate is that way, like that way. And this is the west gate. Most of our time spent was at the north gate yesterday. So this time I want to go to this part of town. I might stop by the bank real quick. Hold up. Let me see something. I'm gonna sell this thing. I wonder if I get any money for it. I got 10 cloth straps. I think yesterday I made a note to myself that somebody would make me some bags if I got him cloth. I'm gonna keep saving the cloth. So we'll just keep that there. It's not bothering anyone. I have no idea who even sells this. Oh, it's popping over here. Oh, somebody just gave me a buff. Nice. Who was it? I'll just say thanks because I have no idea. Alright, so that's my... We still got some water. This can go. I don't need this crap. I don't need this either. Alright, I think I'm all set. I guess, you know what? The one thing that I could use is probably another bag. Because if we want to talk about goals, then my goal today is to make some more money, to level up. I really want to get geared out a little bit. Even if it's some, what do you call it? Either rawhide or tattered hide. So it's not too expensive, but it adds up. Right, in these early levels, it's tough to get a lot of silver. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy another bag, and I might be like 10 copper short, which would like suck. So we're in the marketplace right now. This guy sells bags. He sells a backpack. The set, oh, perfect. So it's 2 silver. I have 2 silver 30. So yeah, we're gonna get this. No, wait, that's a satchel. I wanted a backpack. So it's only 4 slots, but it can fit extra large items. So I kind of wanted to have extra large items. Let me see what I got right now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. I have no backpack. This is medium. This is medium. And I can only fit small stuff in here. Whatever. We're just gonna buy a satchel for now. Okay, cool. No, that's good. That should do me. That should be enough. I'm good with that. Just gonna close out my other tabs. So I'm really excited to move around and try a combination of some of these songs. So being that I'm a bard, you know, it's a little different than spells. Like with spells, you're always casting or doing something, blah blah blah. With songs, that you kind of just keep doing it. Hold on, let me try something right now. Yoink. Oh, take that. Let me grab this guy too. I'm just yoinking a couple of these right now because I needed some more cloth, like I said earlier. That's not what I'm here for. Rusty scimitar. I'll sell that. Okay, let's go there. Okay, now let's answer my earlier question, which was how many people are on. Like I said yesterday, there was a crazy amount of people in one zone. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. 364 people in Night Harbor alone. Crazy. Zabutify said, which class do you like the best so far? Or too early to tell? So this is my personal bias, and this is because this is what I play in EverQuest. This is what I do. This is just how I play. And I'll tell you in a second. I just need a sip of coffee. Because the coffee is going to get cold, and then I'm not going to want to drink it because this cup is not good. So Zabutify, to answer your question, Druid. And that's because it fits my playstyle. It's what I'm used to. It has the exact feel that I'm looking for. It's a good balance between being a support, a healer, and everything in between. You know what I mean? Basically, I like helping other players. I love buffing other players. I like supporting, so like, you know, if I need to snare or root a mob, if things get out of control, I love all that stuff. Oh my gosh, I think I see somebody with a, oh, let's go. If this is what I think it is, boys, we're about to get rich. Come on, come on, come on. No, he's got a sword. Okay, I thought he had a cracked staff, man. I really want a cracked staff. Oh, that's a skeleton. Hold on, that's yellow to me. Whoops. Okay, hold on. I may have jumped the gun on this one. Let me see if I can kite him. Let's buff myself up really quick. So this is one of the things I wanted to try the other day is kiting, but I don't have like a spell to... You know what? I'm gonna melee him. He's not gonna make a fool out of me. We can do this. I mean, my health is already pretty low, but keep in mind he's a yellow. We're not winning this fight. Okay. Oh, thank God. This guy came and saved me at the last minute. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, and it was worth it. Alright, we got a belt, we got that, and I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna loot it. The heck is this? Incarnate residue. A pungent residue scraped from a skeleton's bones. That is disgusting. I probably would stink in real life. AMT. What class is your highest level? So again, this is like an alpha test. So I've been on. Oh, hold on. And I also got my heal. I forgot to mention it. So watch this. now I'm basically getting healed. So AMT asked, what class is your highest level? Technically, it's the Beastmaster. On the last playtest, there was a 3-day playtest. I got to level 5. I mean, I wasn't kind of rushing or anything. I was taking my time. But essentially, I got to level 5. And I think that's the highest I've ever been. My goal on this 5-day test, as long as I don't get interrupted for any reason, is to get to around level 8, maybe level 10. By level 8, I get a snare, I get a damage over time, and a charm. So when you combine that with everything, the speed buff and everything, like, I feel like that's when it really takes off for the bard and you really get into your own. How do you bring up the description of your spells? Great question. So over here, there's 2 ways. 3 ways, actually. So if you haven't memorized the spell yet, just like with any other items, you right click and hold until you see a pop-up. For the spells you already have memorized, you can also just right click them and it'll give you all this information, or you can hit V to open up your spell book, and then same thing, you just right click and hold. So the same way you would do it with any item, you know, when you want to inspect an item, you just right hold and hold V. Yeah, hold right click. Thank you, AMT, appreciate that. All right, so I'm actually happy that we're here. We're gonna take out some rattlesnakes. Learning the knife thrower ability is probably the best decision I've ever made. Attacking would help. Oh yeah, I'll be able to slice through these guys like butter. This is good. And this should also give me some good XP, so. Oh look, there's a will-o-wisp over there. It looks like that dude's fighting it. Oh, I'm not even attacking. I have a really bad habit of not attacking enemies. It turns out that if you attack your enemy, that's how you get the damage. I mean, that's how you like beat them. So if you don't attack the enemy, then apparently they don't lose health. So just a pro tip for anyone. Try to attack the enemy. That way you can do damage. And when you do damage, they die. And when they die, you can right click them and collect whatever they have. So took me a long time to learn that, but hey, that's why I'm here. Here to help. I'm obviously trolling. So here's what I'm trying to figure out right now while we're here. So we have the healing hymn and then we have beats of war. I'm trying to learn, can I do both at once or do I have to pick one or the other? Like for example, this is for 10 seconds. So can I make a macro basically so I can be like, all right, cast this one and then wait 2 seconds and then cast this one. And that way I can just keep spamming that. And I guess I don't need to do it with the buff, but the reason I'm asking that question is, let's say I'm doing that with an NPC. Can I snare it, then dot it, and then hit it with damage? Oh, so yeah, basically snare it and dot it, snare it and dot it. Do I have to sing? Do I have to stop singing one song and start singing the other, or is there a way where I can like mix them up? I think there's a term for people that have played bards on EverQuest. There's a term for that. So I just don't remember what the term is. Yeah, and by the way, if you guys weren't here yesterday, I was on for like 4.5 hours. I think 5 maybe. And don't bother watching it. Twisting. Thank you, Zabutify. So bards can twist songs. And I'm trying to learn how to do that. when I said yesterday that I've never played a Bard in EverQuest or anywhere else, I was 100% serious about that. So that's kind of like what I want to achieve today. I want to get the money. I want to level up. I want to get some new gear. But more important than anything else, my quest for today, my goal, is to learn how to use my class. Alright, I wanted to loot this, but it's taking too long. There's another rattlesnake. Please don't be yellow. Perfect. Alright, so let's, I'm gonna do my buff. And then I'm gonna, let's do this. I'm gonna hit it with a mez. I don't know why that's a good idea. I don't think it is, but we're gonna do it anyways. Gonna hit it with a nuke, hit it with the, okay, so it breaks the dot. I'm sorry, it breaks the mez. So I just mezzed it, and as soon as I hit it with a nuke, it stopped working. Oh, but I'm doing really well. Look at that. That new sword makes a huge difference. Look at that. He's almost gone. Let's see if this is better over here. Okay. I'm gonna go back and try to loot this again. Yeah, but like I was saying, I spent so much. I stayed up so late last night. Barely got any sleep. Like went to work. It was a nightmare. I mean, it was worth it though. I had a good time. I had a really good time. Speaking of having a good time, give me 2 seconds here. I ran out of coffee, so I'm trying to get some more. If somebody attacks me, let me know. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's go take out that skelly. Again, this is yellow, so this is going to be a terrible... No, see, we didn't learn our lesson, did we? It's just not worth it. I'm so tempted to try it anyways. Let me try it anyways. If I die, I die. It happens. It'll be a quick corpse run. Oh, nope, I don't want that curious jackal. Actually, yeah, we do. Sorry. Being very indecisive today. But we're gonna hit him with the dot first. Then we're gonna throw a knife. And we're gonna hit him with that. Hit him with that. And then we're gonna go in. Okay, there we go. Oh, turns out it wasn't a jackal. Who would have thought? Oh yeah, I'm doing. These guys are getting their butt kicked. Sai22 asked a good question. Thoughts on M&M versus AOA? So, I would. So that question is. It's not a question that I can answer because, for me, it's not M&M versus AOA. It turns out the devs at Monsters and Memories and the devs at AOA are friends. They join each other's streams. So the M&M devs, they play AOA, and the AOA devs play M&M. They're both classically inspired MMORPGs, but they do it slightly different. So it's going to be, what is it, subjective. Some people are going to like AOA more, and they'll just visit M&M, and other people are going to like M&M more and visit AOA. That's the camp I'm in. And it's not that I like M&M more, it's just my preference as far as... it's just my preference, you know? But I really, really, really like AOA. I think it's it's so much fun, dude. I love it. It's great. And I mean, and the fact that we can even have this conversation right now, it's like, which EverQuest clone do you want? This one or this one? Like, it's mind-boggling because for like 20 years now, I've been like, man, I wish they would make an EverQuest 1.5. I wish an MMORPG would replicate the way EverQuest did stuff, you know? And with all this stuff going over, you know, just think about it this way. How many years have you noticed that content creators and people that are into MMORPGs have been complaining about the current state of MMOs? Then people started saying, I wish, like, we can go back to the old days. Like, I wish we had an EverQuest, a World of Warcraft. I wish we had a World of Warcraft Classic server. And, you know, the devs were like, you think you want that, but you don't. Well, it turns out, yes, people really wanted that. Now you have a new Classic server, Project Epoch. It's like a Classic Plus server launching soon. You have Seasons of Discovery, which is, you know, the official World of Warcraft. You have the Classic Warcraft server. You have Turtle WoW. Like, people are starting to wake up to, hey, maybe it's not just nostalgia. Maybe it was actually super fun to play MMOs in it's more of a slow and methodical way. And that's what AOA is. That's what Monsters and Memories is. And yeah, you're going to have fun regardless. And everyone's going to have their own preference. Sai22 said, I'm with you. I beta tested EQ1 in the late 90s and played the hell out of it. Sorry. My brain has autocorrect. So like I see hell my brain says heck. I see somebody type something out. Basically, my brain has an automatic censor, even though this is going to sound so lame, and it is what it is. It's just my personality. I promise I'm not like Amish or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but jokes aside, like anytime I see profanity, for example, my brain auto corrects what I'm seeing, and I read it differently. So I apologize for that. I just got off on a tangent. I used to cuss like a sailor, and then when I was 33, something changed in me, and I stopped drinking. I stopped swearing. I stopped basically being a scumbag. Not saying having a drink once in a while makes you a scumbag. Not saying swearing makes you a scumbag. But I felt like I was a bit scummy in a lot of ways, so I had to make some life changes when I was 33. Let me finish reading what you were saying. I don't know how I got off on that. Sai22 said, I'm with you. I beta tested EQ1 in the late 90s and played the hell out of it. See, if my brain was doing it again. Been waiting for a good classic MMO for a long time. You must be a father too. Yes, I am a father of 3. I'm a happy daddy of 3, and I'm hoping, this actually goes into what you were talking about, Sai22. When EverQuest was in beta, right? It was like 1998. 1999 when EverQuest came out, I was 13 years old, and I lived in a pretty upper class zip code in Maryland. If you ever heard of it, like it's Montgomery County, Maryland. So that you have like the Potomac River over there. You have multi-million-dollar mansions, blah blah blah. I lived in a cheap townhouse. So I'm an immigrant, first generation. We came here with 2 suitcases, but my dad worked in D.C. So we lived in a modest townhouse, right? And I had a friend. He was one of the richer ones. So he lived in this mansion, and I used to come over there. And since my parents didn't have any video game systems, I would go over there to play his stuff, and it was great. Ride dirt bikes and other stuff. One day he's sitting there playing on the computer, right? And keep in mind, this is 1999, 56K, which I think I had like 28K. And so his internet speed was twice as fast as mine. And he's over there playing a game where he's running through a forest. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, dude, what is that? Because it's a 3D game, and like this is around the time that Zelda Ocarina of Time came out, right? So like the 3D world was it was just mind blowing back then. So I'm watching him play, and he's like, yeah, I was really into like fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. I used to read a lot of books at that age. And he's like, yeah, so I'm a wood elf. I'm running through this forest. And he's like, and you see those people right there? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, those are real. He was like, those are real players. I was like, no, you're lying. Like, they're literal real players. There's a person sitting behind a computer, at a screen controlling these characters. And they're everywhere in the world, and we're looking at them running around. I was like, no freaking way. This is amazing. So he got me hooked. I remember I was like, I kept switching from like different AOL discs to have like the 30-day trial for internet, because my parents were like, net zero. My parents were like very strict. They're like, no, we need to save money. You cannot sit here and use this internet all the time. We need to call Soviet Russia. You cannot be on internet all the time. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I remember there was also like the free trials. They'd give you like 15 days or something like that. And so I finally got it at home, and I started playing it when I was 13 years old in 1999. And it was just such a... Oh, he just pulled it. He didn't see that I was on top of it. Anyways, we'll let that slide. Man, those are some really good childhood memories, man. I had so much fun. Side 22 said, you're damn near detailing my experience too. D&D as a kid, then text muds, then when I heard about thousands of players in a persistent world, it blew my mind. Yeah, it was, and I know Ultima Online was already doing something like that, but it was the 3D part of it that, separated it. Like, we all knew that there was online games back then. I remember playing Quake. I remember playing in a real tournament. I remember playing StarCraft, Warcraft. So a lot of those games had some level of online multiplayer play, But this was different, to your point, because you're in a 3D fantasy persistent world. It was really cool. I need to out DPS him, or else this is gonna end quickly for me. Let me see if I can heal myself. Nope, this is gonna kill me. Okay, run. How much health do I have left? I have 8 health. Yeah, I was 1 hit away from dying. Yo, the Mez, whatever you want to call it, the Mez spell looks crazy. Alright, let me see. Can I do this and still... Okay, he's coming. I don't think I'll be able to heal enough. Nope, not gonna do it. Alright, let's heal up. Dead man fishing. Yo, what's up, Dracos? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, did I just cast that on myself? What? I just casted Dissonant Riffs on myself. I didn't even know you can do that. I just dotted myself. Can you imagine a bard? It's like, alright, I'm a bard, so I sing songs and play instruments, and when I sing, special effects happen. So essentially, I just sung a song that started hurting myself. Interesting. Okay. Oh, hey, by the way, if you guys don't know, I'm not sure if he's still online, but Nick was doing a stream today. So, oh, he's offline now. No, he's still online. No, he's not. Is he? Okay, Nick apparently is still online. So, just, and it looks like he might be finishing a stream, I'm not sure, but just a courtesy reminder that if you guys want to ask the devs some questions, they're online right now. He's online right now. He's really cool. And if you don't watch it now, then go check out the VOD. But just figured I'd let you guys know. While I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, whenever these devs go live, sometimes I miss them. Like I'm not there. So I'm like, I wish I was there right now. Instead, I was watching that Class&Cool person. What a waste. So yeah, Nick is really cool. All right, while we heal up, I'm gonna knock out some lower level mobs so we can get some more loot. I'm literally penny pinching everything I can find right now. Because it all adds up. My singing does AoE damage. Wife and kids take damage too. Oh, that's funny. Nice, we got a fire BLI, so that was worth it. Okay, so I can't fit that in there. Rusty great sword. Let's get a couple of these. Nope, he's going after that one. That's a blister beetle. That's red. All right, let's go back. I'm pretty much healed up enough now. Unusual jackal pelt. Someone familiar with pelts may be able to identify it. Okay. Oh, is that one of those huge scarabs? Yeah. It's not ready to attack, is it? It's not. Wonder if I attack the little one, if the big one will come after me. Okay. Well, it's probably not close enough, but I would assume they would attack. So this is what I need to remind myself. I realized what I'm doing wrong. So I keep forgetting to attack the mobs because when I throw the dagger, it puts me into attack mode. And what I'm doing is as soon as the mob gets to me after I pull it with the dagger, I'm hitting Q to do auto attack. And essentially I'm turning it off. So that's where my issue is. So I need to stop doing that. Essentially, as soon as I throw this and do that, I wonder if I can kite it like this. If I could run in a circle, I could also, like, what do you call it? Strafe run it? I need to do a wider circle. Okay. I don't need to do that right now. I was just testing. I need to move these spells around because I'm confusing myself. Side 22, you're soloing. Is that going to be viable, slower option in these games? And no grouping is preferred, but adult life doesn't always allow for low camp sessions. I solo on like 99%. I only group when I kind of feel like it. But so there's two ways of soloing. One is picking a class that is soloable, like pretty much any caster to some degree can probably solo pretty well. Hybrid classes, if you're creative like a ranger, you can probably solo. And melee classes like a fighter, a rogue, you probably can't solo. But here's the way I do it. So I always do a hybrid class, like a ranger, druid, something like that, and usually a druid, and that becomes my main. Essentially, I mean I group sometimes, but 99% of the time I'm soloing. From there, I just enjoy my adventure. I do my thing, and if I want to make a melee class, I create a melee class, like a straight fighter or whatever, warrior, as it is in EverQuest. And I play it, I twink the heck out of him because, hey, I earned it, right? I got to a high level on my druid. I made a lot of money. I can treat myself, right? So I'll twink the warrior or the rogue or whatever. And then I'll get into groups when they're available. And when I don't have time, I'll just go back to my druid or my other class. I mean, but realistically, I mean, how can, like, if we think about it logically, how can somebody like a warrior solo, right? Unless you give them some kind of abilities where they can crowd control, right? I'm sure if you're decently geared. Let me turn this back down. I turned it up because it was nighttime. I just realized I probably had the whole thing blown out. Like a melee class, for example, like if he's twinked, to some degree, I mean, you can technically still solo. It'll just take forever. Like a warrior, for example. You're twinked. You probably have a couple clickies where you can, I don't know, get regen off of one of your items. Like you buy a shield. It has a special ability with regen, and you can heal faster. You can bandage. You can attack blue mobs, like, and take them out, I'm sure. But it's not going to be the ideal way of playing. But the thing is, with these slower games, there's always other things you can do besides that. Besides just beating up mobs, there's other things you can do. But that's the way I do it. I have a main, and then I make an alt, and then that's how we roll. I don't know why I keep making the same mistake. I'm over here attacking this guy and he's yellow. It's because I'm distracted. Sorry about that, guys. I don't think I'm gonna win this. Oh, we're so close. Oh, we made it. Somebody helping me? I think that dude helped. Anyways. You're soloing. Okay. Keefin, Reefer, could archers kite? I'm sure they can. Nick was talking about archers today. So I don't know anything about archers, right? For me, I was confused too. I was like, what's the difference between an archer and a ranger? And an archer is what a warrior... so, hold on. Let me... How do I word this? So you know how a warrior is a primary melee class? Like, they're not a paladin, right? Oh, here you go. An archer is to a ranger what a warrior is to a paladin. Like, a paladin is a hybrid. They're basically a warrior and a cleric. A ranger is basically an archer and a druid, right? And so an archer is going to have the best DPS as far as range damage. They're not going to have all the fancy magic spells, but that's not what they're good at, right? So it's the old school EverQuest formula, but they have more classes. They have more stuff like the spell sword or whatever that class is called. It's a combination between like a warrior and a wizard, right? So they're gonna take the original formula and they're gonna also tweak it. So there's gonna be stuff where you can still be, hey man, I really want to be a warrior. Okay, make a spell blade. Not only will you be a warrior, but you're also gonna be able to nuke things. Oh, cool. Some people that want to have that warrior experience where they're always the first ones to be picked in every single group because they're the best tanks in the game. They want to best in gear. They want to min-max and be the best warrior for their guild. They're going to play a warrior. But for somebody that might want to solo more, they'd probably pick a paladin or they'd pick a spellblade. And I could be wrong, by the way. Spellblade could be a combination between a wizard and a rogue because I think they're more DPS focused. I don't know, but I hope that made sense logically what I was trying to say. Archers, so to answer your question, archers can most likely kite. Side 22 said that sounds like the route I would take. Yeah, basically starting off with you know, a hybrid or a caster class first, and then when you want to play a melee class, just create an alt. Heck, twink them up. You earned it. And nothing feels better than being like level 1 through level 5 and being geared out and hitting for like 25 damage and being popular amongst all their kids. It's like kind of coming to a new school and being the most popular kid instantly. It's like, anyways, good times. Let's see. Keith and Reefer says stunts and slowed would be sick. Let me read properly. I'm sorry. I need to do better. Stuns and slows would be sick. Some crit headshots. Yeah. And that's why I was telling you guys, you know, show up on these dev streams where Nick streams and talks to us, because they listen to these ideas. They hear what you're saying and they're like, hey, that doesn't fit our vision. And sometimes they'll say, let me write that down. That's a great idea. Especially right now, because in his stream, he said right now, their priority right now has shifted to classes. So they're actually doing some tweaks. And nothing is finalized right now anyways. But my point is this. Sometimes they're going to be focusing on trade skills. Sometimes they're going to be focusing on classes. Sometimes they're going to be focused on zone-specific issues. Right now, at this very moment, Nick said, my focus right now My current priority is classes. So right now would be a great time to hop on their Discord and just be like, hey, so I played the Archer. How cool would it be if we had a special ability that does a stun? Think about it. A warrior has a bash, right? He can bash with a shield and it stuns the enemy. What if we can have a ability with a cooldown where you can shoot with an arrow, it stuns it, and then you shift to your normal rotation? I think that's a great idea, Keith and Reefer. And that makes absolute sense that they would add something like that if it's not already in game. You're making me want to try an Archer now that you're bringing it up. Sty22 said, I take it they're going to do character wipes. I would say it makes sense that they would. I mean, right now we're in development, right? Like, I mean, you guys that are watching and me, like, they're in alpha development. So I don't see what the purpose would be to really save any of this stuff. And yeah, I'm 99.9% sure that anything we do during alpha is not going to go into early access. And and honestly, I think that's the right move because it kind of wouldn't be fair. You know, people come in, they're excited for M&M early access. They want to get in on the action, and there's already like level 40s way ahead of them, you know. So yeah, I think any progress that you make during these alpha tests is probably not going to be saved. I think they mentioned something about like preservation, but I'm not sure. I know that once this goes into early access, they claimed that they have no intention of wiping before 1.0 release. Like essentially in 2026 Q1, once they go into early access, like that's it. You know, no more wipes. Don't quote me on that, but I'm combining what I've heard them say and also just common sense. And common sense tells me that anything we do during alpha is not going to go into a public release. Yeah. I love the knife throwing, dude. A Dunes Madman. Look at this random Dunes Madman that just probably a high level 20, level 15. I didn't even realize he was there. Yeah, we're not gonna get too close to him. A Jackal. We don't want a Jackal. We don't want a Jackal. Let's see. Spiderling. Yeah, let me go take that Spiderling. Okay, it's almost time for me to go sell. Not really. I got plenty of time. I'm really liking the Bard. I see so much potential here. Like progression wise, like I'm really excited to get to level 5. And actually we're making good progress. I'm 100% good to get to level 5. And what I'm thinking is this, I'm gonna learn how to twist between different songs. So I'm gonna do the speed buff, I'm gonna do my dot, I'm gonna do my nuke, and then I'm gonna turn my speed buff back on. I'm gonna throw daggers while I'm doing it and see how that feels. It's probably gonna be very slow and painful, but that's part of what we're trying to learn how to do here. forgot these guys run fast. Like, I really like their balancing because, like, I don't feel weak. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm fairly, I'm powerful enough when I make the right moves. Like when I make the right song decisions, when I'm pulling correctly, adding a little bit more damage here with like a knife throw, etc., etc. It feels good, essentially. Obviously, it's gonna get tweaked, but like, even without like my speed buff and my charm and my snare song, even without all those things, like I already feel like I am having fun, but I feel like I'm more powerful with every new song I get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a full group. Hey, I'll mind if I loot some of these corpses before they rot. Just pass them by. Let's see if they're gonna be nice about it. I mean, I really couldn't care less, but I figured. I'll take that as a yes. I'm sure they won't mind. It's just these silly amulets. I don't even want it. I'm not gonna mess with it. Alright, let's keep it going. Consistency is key. That's gonna get us to level 5. I take it there. Side 22, twisting. That reminds me of DAOC. First of all, yeah, I love DAOC, but I don't remember. Did they have like bards? They did, right? But man, we were talking about Dark Age of Camelot yesterday, and I was mentioning how DAOC is the most fun I've ever had in a PvP environment. The PvE was good too, but the PvP was really cool. And to be honest, it was really easy for me to get into it just because, you know, it's the Camelot and that universe. I grew up with it, so it just made perfect sense for me. The other game that really sucked me in for PvP, it didn't really pull me in that much, but it was tolerable, was World of Warcraft PvP. And that's because I grew up playing Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. So for me, it was like, it made perfect sense. Of course, PvP. Like, that's like down with the horde, you know? That was awesome. Let's see. Twist and Throw reminds me of DOC. Yeah, they did. Bard, Minstrel. Yes, there you go. Bard, Minstrel, Scald. But it was the Paladin that twisted auras. Arthurian. Yeah, I played DOC for years. Such a good game, dude. And it was actually my best friend, like real life best friend, that got me into it. It was the same dude I used to play StarCraft with and everything else. So it was good times, man. All right, this is gonna be tricky. Let me kite him a little bit. So the reason I have to run in a circle is because if I don't, I can't throw the dagger. Actually, I think it just worked. Oh, we're doing really good, by the way. He's barely hit me, and he's almost dead. Yeah, look at that. He's done. There you go. Low health or not. And we got the loot we wanted, so I'm a happy camper. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Even without like all my abilities, I still feel like I can pull off some clutch moves. Oh, look who we have here, an Ashira warrior. Let's take him. They run so freaking fast. Gosh, this is crazy. Again, I'm not attacking. This is what's wrong with me, dude. Crap. Oh, thank God. I don't want to get him killed. Is he okay? You're a lifesaver, literally. This is the kind of stuff I love, you know. So, your earlier question, side 22, about can you solo? And not only did he save us, guys, but we got a cracked staff. We got a flipping cracked staff. Oh my gosh, that is so... I'm so happy, dude. I just made 5 silver. Remember what I was talking about? Remember what I was talking about earlier, how I want a crack staff? It's because it's 5 silver. And just to give you some context, I have 77 copper to my name. So 5 silver is going to get me where I need to be so I can get some more armor. This is such good news. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go upgrade our gear, and then we're going to get back to it. And then we'll be level 5 in no time. Every little piece of gear helps right now. Hey man, and listen, you know, like, it's okay to min-max. It's okay to rush to end game and go into raids. There's some people that truly like that, right? But when a game is designed that that's the only way you can have fun, there's something wrong with that game. Because why even have level 1 to 59 if that part of the game sucks, right? What I love about games like EverQuest, what I like about Monsters and Memories, what I like about AOA is the adventure doesn't start at level 60. It starts through every single level, so that by the time... Think of it this way. Every single level is a story. It's a chapter. So by the time you get to level 60, you've had a novel. You've had 59 chapters in a book where you can flip back to that chapter and remember where you met Monk Beans. I met him in Greater Fade Arc. I was selling crushed bone belts, and I was buffing people. He wanted to buy some crushed bone belts. I said, hey, take these buffs as well. I followed him. I healed him while he was leveling. I'm like, you know what? I have another like 20 belts. Like, just take him. And then I PL'd him, whatever. We're now real life friends. That was on P99 Green. This was in like 1999, 2000. This was on an emulated server of classic EverQuest. And on Project 1999 before Quorum came out. And all that happened because the game didn't tell me to go to a low level zone and sell crush bone belts. That's something that the player made a decision to do. It wasn't a quest line. It wasn't the game telling me to go do that. It was an organic thing that higher level people would do. They would go back to the low level zone. They would sell an item that is appealing to low levels. And some of these low levels were alt characters that just had a lot of money and they want to buy all these belts. Or for me, the primary reason going back there usually was so that I can buff lower levels. And to your earlier statement, Side 22, let's say you do want to create a warrior, but you don't have time to group. Where do you think I'm going with this? You ask for buffs. Nick actually mentioned that today. He's like, hey, look, man, how do you level on a game like Project 1999 when you're a melee class? You go to East Common Lands. You go to the tunnel and you ask for buffs. You get a couple level 60 druid buffs, you are going to mow everything down. It doesn't matter what level that thing is. You're going to mow it down. So, you know, now that we're having this conversation, it's just, oh, duh. Of course you can solo in Monsters and Memories. Even as a warrior. Just get some buffs. So you're not technically getting in a group, but you're still taking advantage of the social aspect that this game creates. And I think this is awesome. Good times. Side 22 said, it sounds like our journeys are similar. I talk and game every day with a person I met in 2001. I met in DOC. Yeah, those are some of the best friends you get. Hey, Dan. All right, what are we doing here? I wasn't paying attention to where I was running. Sorry about that, guys. So we actually are gonna go to the weapons merchant. So for those of you that might have missed it, we just got a cracked staff because somebody saved me from dying. And the whole reason I was grinding for some money is because I wanted to get some new armor. So now it's mission accomplished. Not all of it. I'm not going to be able to get every gear slot, but it's going to be enough to make me feel stronger than I am right now. I love the moons that they have. It's Luckland 1 and Luckland 2. There's a lot of people doing blacksmithing today. Let me check. I'm just checking to see if one of these guys... Okay. I know this guy right here, blacksmithing supplies person, he buys the fire beetle scarab shells. So if anyone's ever curious, the fire beetle scarab shells, they're the orange shells. A lot of people just throw them out, and I think it's because they can't find the merchant that buys them, but it's that merchant, the blacksmithing one. It's like one of the only things he buys, surprisingly. From what I remember, at least. Alright, so we're gonna sell our... How many pelts did we get? We only got one rattlesnake skin. That's not ideal. A classic EverQuest. Oh, what's up? Every early stream I didn't see I was over on Nick's. Oh no, I figured. I honestly am surprised anyone's on today. I was expecting to be doing like a solo stream today because I was watching Nick too. I'm still watching him. I'm like reading the chat in the corner of my eye, so I'm doing three things at once. I'm playing M&M, I'm chatting with you guys, streaming, and listening to or watching Nick. I'll say it again. If you've never been on one of these dev streams, I recommend you leave this stream right now and go watch Nick's stream. You can always catch the VOD or whatever, but it is such an amazing thing to be able to talk to these devs and to pick their brain and to ask questions. I highly recommend spending some time either on a Loving Robot stream or Nick's stream or Zukin's stream or ZBrush stream. And by the way, Nick hasn't been online in like a year for the stream, so like everyone was shocked. There was like 400 people that just showed up. They're like, "Whoa, dude, where have you been?" So, you know, he's a Twitch partner, so he's just fun to watch, you know. Anyways, so just FYI to everyone, if you want to go watch him, you should. So yeah, Class&Cool, a Classic EverQuest. I mean, I figured that's where you were at. Classic EverQuest said, YouTube is so bad about alerts. Like my phone should have notification, but it doesn't. I saw you in the comments. Yeah, I was hanging out. I actually messed up the stream today. I had everything set up, and then I hit go, and then I realized like a minute later I was on mute. So I was like, all right, I'm canceling the stream. So that's another reason why the notification probably didn't go out, because the first stream I started today had to get canceled. All right, so sell. I know I should. Those scarab legs are for a quest, but I really don't want that. I don't want to do. I don't want to do that quest. It's not for me. Okay, snake egg, snake fang. I'm gonna cook this meat really quick, and then I'm gonna sell it. Unusual jackal pelt. Let me ask what that's for. Oops. Opening up the wrong stuff. Does anyone know what this is for? Unusual jackal. It says it's a unique item. I kind of don't want to sell it. Or I don't want to just vendor it. Did I send the question? I did. Okay, so let's wait and see what they say. Want to sell chipped black sapphire, chipped jade, chipped... Oh, okay, those are... I saw something else for sale. Bloodstone. Scarab boots. Oh no, yeah, I don't want that. Hard pass on that. Alright, destroy this. Oh, that's another thing. I'm gonna sell these. I don't need these. Not today. So I'll sell that. And put this over here. Oh, it doesn't fit. Cloth scraps, I'll put that over here. This I'm gonna sell. Anything else? Oh, rawhide scraps, I'm gonna save these. Oh no, did the server just crash? Just got an enormous lag spike. How many people are on here? 340, yeah, okay, makes sense. It's still crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and sell what we got. Also, Classic EverQuest, I saw you went live today for a quick stream. I meant to get in the chat and say hi, but my hands were tied up. Alright, so we have 8 silver. I think that's enough to get a couple pieces. But it's not going to be that exciting. It's just going to be like 1 or 2 pieces. And until we find out what this is for, I'm going to put it away in the bank. And what is this? I really don't think I need that, but I'm just going to bank it anyways. Okay, we're all set. Let's head out. Let's go buy the gear. Yeah, I saw you in the comments. As Classic EverQuest said, yeah, just a quick hour or so. Was trying to do 2 hours, but life happened. Going to try to do longer tomorrow. Are you on the West Coast? Out of curiosity. Yeah, I stayed on way too long. I was joking when you said that you fell asleep on the stream, but I was joking about I should rename my channel to Sleep and Stream, because I'm really good at putting people to sleep. To be frank, like sometimes I'll rewatch my streams and I fall asleep within like 10 minutes, like I'm out. I'll wake up, I'm like on hour number 3. But yeah, last night was a little too much, man. 4 hours and 30 minutes. I mean, I guess it's fun for some people, but I don't think people really sit there and watch through all that. I mean, not that it really matters, you know, whether or not people watch it or not. That's not important to me. What's important to me is that it's quality content. For y'all's sake and for my sake, you know. Because I do rewatch these streams. I find it fun. I get to, when I'm in the moment, I'm in the moment, but I'm also paying attention to you guys, so sometimes I get distracted. So when I rewatch it later, I'm like kind of zoned in on the game, you know? And it's fun for me to rewatch it. That's why every video I make that I go live, I try to treat it like a video, like a VOD, instead of like, oh, live stream, let's wait until everyone gets in. Like, you know, it's not the goal here. All right, guys, so let's take a quick look. So either rawhide or tattered. Let me see how much the rawhide is going to be expensive. I already know it. Let's rawhide. Okay, like this, for example. This is 4. Okay. Tattered rawhide. Okay. So yeah, so rawhide is going to be 4. This is going to be 2. This is going to be 2. And then this is 2. So that's 4. Okay, patch rawhide. That's 6. I thought there was another one that was I thought there was another chest piece that was on here besides the patched rawhide. Let me see. One more time. Tattered. Okay, there it is. Tattered rawhide. What? Oops, not that. Okay, yeah, so it's the patched. So I need the, let me make a note. Hey, actually, one sec. Quick bio. I've overstayed my welcome. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let me read some of these. Classic EverQuest said, "You have that soothing voice, but really I'm just an early sleeper due to my work schedule." I should be an early sleeper because God knows I need rest. Mr. Grimco, nice shirt. I know nothing about this game though. Oh man, yeah. If you rewatch the beginning of the stream, later, it's like the first 5 minutes. I talked about it just a little bit, because one thing I failed to realize is that I'm doing these streams and I'm just having fun. Like I always tell people, hey, it's early alpha development. The game is made by one of the old EverQuest lead designers from like the early 2000s. He's a former iCUE dev. He has a team of literally just volunteers, self-funded, not crowd-funded, so it's not like they're getting money from the players, and they're basically doing a passion project to be like classic EverQuest, classic WoW, and really a lot of fun. All right, so right now I'm just trying to buy some armor. Okay, so there's the tattered. Okay, there you go, tattered hide. No, that's a shirt, dude. It's a tattered hide vest. We need it. So the patch rawhide is there. Tattered rawhide is 3, so we're definitely not getting that. I don't see any other chest pieces, so I think it's just going to be the tattered. Could have sworn there was another one. And I'm just... Okay, patched rawhide, I already got that. Okay, so let's start off with the patched rawhide. Where's the patched rawhide? There it is. Okay, we're gonna get that first. Now we need to decide whether or not we want the patched rawhide leggings. Okay, so tattered rawhide is 3. That's sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. So that's 3, and then let me see the other one. There you go, tattered rawhide. So 2 AC, 3 AC. So we want the patched ones. So I'm pretty much just gonna buy all patched armor then, unless I'm missing something. Patch rawhide, like, yeah, okay. So patched is 3, so I'm gonna buy that. Okay. All right, so let's sell that. Well-worn trousers. Why can't I do that? Oh, okay, it's no drop, so let's delete that. All right, patched rawhide cloak, that's 3. So I only have 3 silver left. So I'm gonna get rawhide belt, rawhide gorget. I already have that. So I don't have a bracelet. So logically I should get this one and then I can replace the other ones. So a rawhide is, yeah, this is going to be the last one and then we're going to go back. Let me just check something. Tarnished bronze. What are we looking at? Oh, okay. Tattered rawhide bracer. It's 2 AC. Okay. Could have sworn there was one more. There was one more. A Shira warrior bracer. How much is that? 2. Okay, that's worthless. Corroded chain. I really want it. I want them to let bards wear chain, like elven chain. I was talking about in the comment section of a video yesterday, and because in the yesterday's video I was talking about how I wish bards could wear chain, and somebody suggested in the comments section is like they referenced the Red Wedding scene from that show with the dragons and the people and whatever that show is called. Somebody remind me. And it got me thinking about the bard that was in Baldur's Gate. I think Baldur's Gate 2 and Baldur's Gate 1. And the bard could wear chain if it was elven chain. So I'm not saying bards should be able to wear like chain or plate or whatever if it's not like the vision that they have, but make it so there's like a special type of chain that they can wear because they can still like move around quickly and twist their songs and do all their fun stuff. So hopefully the devs do something like that. Okay, sorry, that was painful. That was trying to figure out which one I wanted. I just wanted to make sure that I'm getting the best one. So cool, we're geared up a little bit more. Game of Thrones, yeah, thank you, Classic EverQuest. So it was the Red Wedding scene. I guess the bards in that scene were wearing chainmail, and that's what somebody in the comments section mentioned. And then that's when I looked up Baldur's Gate, and I remembered that it was the bards did indeed wear chain, and the rule set was basically if it was elven chain that they can still cast their spells, but if it was regular chain they could still wear it, but they wouldn't be able to use their spells. So there you go. Classic EverQuest said, I found a pretty good arbitrage situation. Sometimes I find antique billion. What? Okay, I found a pretty good arbitrage situation. Sometimes I find antique billion coins on shady vendors, pick them up for 3.4 silver, and the smelter dude buys for 5 silver. Really? I'm intrigued. You know, I saw Skinny D. I think it was one of his like early videos where he was doing that retail arbitrage, and I was like, that was so cool. Like I would have never. It's not that I wouldn't have thought about it. I thought about it, but it's just like I just didn't do it, because I didn't know that was something that was in game. And he did a really good job. He was like one of the first people to talk about it on stream. Okay, I don't think this guy has anything. Bone ornament coffin for 0. Oh, for 10. It's 10 gold. Yikes. Anyways, thanks for the tip. I'm gonna try that. So essentially, you buy it from him and then resell it to somebody that actually needs it. Yeah, I just found a stack. Classic EverQuest said, yeah, I just found a 5 stack of them on the gnome out front. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Now that you say that, I'm gonna keep a lookout for that kind of stuff. I didn't realize that the inventory changes on the Shady Gnome. So now that I know that there's always that opportunity, I'm gonna check it out. Jeez, I just got a major lag spike. A good thing it's not consistent. Like, it's very smooth, so. I'm gonna refill my coffee and then we're gonna make it to level 5. I'm super excited. Also, like, back to the earlier question, I think for people like Mr. Grimco that this is the first time you're hearing about Monsters and Memories, there's some really good streams from the actual developers. Like, I get it, these videos are great because you see us play it, but we're not always going to be putting this game in the right light, right? Because we're used to games like EverQuest, we're used to these classic MMORPGs. So, like, for us, it's like, oh, this checks all the boxes. But somebody that's never heard of this and somebody that's not really into that, you might want to check out what the actual devs have to say, because they point out their vision a lot better than somebody like me would, right? So best place to start is their homepage, then their Discord, and then some of the videos that Monsters and Memories has come out on their YouTube channel. They live stream every week, different devs, different days, and they're really cool people. So let me just go get my coffee really quick. Alrighty, I'm back. Trying to make it as quick as possible. It's just like you guys don't feel like waiting. I don't feel like wasting time. I don't want to be on here too late. All right, let's get to it. I'm excited. So we just got some more gear. We should be slightly more powerful, take a little bit less damage. You know what? I just realized I'm making another mistake. Besides just, the extra gear, what I should be doing is I should be sitting next to a campfire before coming out here and doing all this. But I still haven't got a lumberjack axe, so yeah, there you have it. Looks like those guys just left the group over there. Oops, I've turned off my auto attack. Great. Alright, let me catch back up. Actually, I'm all caught up. Keep woo, classic EverQuest in the morning, and now Class&Cool in the evening. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like to Mr. Grimko, classic EverQuest in the chat, he also makes videos about classic MMORPGs and monsters and memories. So there's some good stuff out there, so you can get the different viewpoints. Sometimes watching somebody like me, it's kind of like biased because like Eminem can do no evil type of stuff. Like I give my feedback, but I mean like I'm so hooked that's like it's gonna be hard to ever convince me otherwise. Like unless they radically like changed the entire vision. But you know, as far as their vision is, I think that's the most important thing. Like my mindset aligns with their vision. Or their vision aligns with my mindset, you know, of what I would want in an MMORPG. Oof. What is happening? So FPS is 80. It's like they're getting these lag spikes. Their server is probably getting hammered by all these people. Alright, let's see. That's a skeleton. Alright, so this guy's yellow. He kicked our butt several times. Let's see if the armor helps us a little, any bit. He hits hard, dude. This guy's no joke. No, we're definitely taking slightly less damage. This is good. Yeah, you see how much difference that makes? Look at that. He was wrecking us earlier. Not a lot of rattlesnakes out right now. Nice. Let me get my healing. Which one is my healing? Neither one. Trying to kill everything I see. Ooh, rattlesnake. That's what I wanted. There we go. That's the ticket. Ooh, the sun's coming up. Yay. Ooh, that's hot. Just the way I like it. Oh man, thank goodness. Daytime is the best time. Let me turn off the gamma. I only turn this on because you guys are watching. But this game gets pretty dark, and they recently added a like a gamma slider. Which is fine. I mean, I prefer to play it with like the vanilla gamma, because the way the lighting works in this game is really cool. Like for example, right now it's a crescent moon or a half moon, and I've been in the desert when there's a full moon, and it's bright. I mean, like the sand, you can see everything. Like it's not bright, but it's bright enough that you don't need like a torch or anything like that. But when the moon is not, you know, when the moon is kind of dark, look, somebody said in the chat, praise the sun. Welcome, Eth. So I guess the sun, the stars, the sun's name is Eth. The continent is called, or the world is called Ether. And then the continent is called, help me out, Classic EverQuest. Forgot what the name of the continent is. Ethereal, something like that. But based on the looks of the game, reminds me of Star Wars Galaxies from way back in the day. Classic EverQuest, yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, it's a specific art style they're going for, so this is not like an accident, and they didn't just not have enough money and say, oh well, this is the best we can do. You know, this is a very specific art style they're going for, and I think they're doing a really good job with it. You know, combined with like a modern engine, it just feels really nice. So, Mr. Grimco said, which is cool. Classic EverQuest said, I'm getting the occasional lag spike too, like once every minute or two. Thought it was me. I'm on Crivia, so guess it's all. So I didn't have any bad experiences yesterday with lag. The lag spikes I'm getting is like once every like 20 minutes. And sometimes they're like back to back, and then it doesn't do it anymore. What you're describing though is not good. You're saying like one every minute or two. So you might want to restart the client just in case. Or maybe it's something going on with the Crivia server right now. Because I think actually I haven't heard them say that there's any issues today, so I don't know. But I haven't really had any issues. Today is the only time I got a lag spike, and it was like few and far between. Ethereal. Thank you at Classic EverQuest. The name of the continent is Ethereal. So the sun is Eth, the world is Ether, and then the continent we're on is Ethereal. Thank you. Twidget, so random. I found your stream. This looks interesting for sure. Going to try it. Yeah, you can try it right now. So again, the game is in alpha development. The game is not out. This is a playtest happening right now. It's a 5-day playtest, which is the longest playtest they've ever had. It started on Wednesday, and it ends probably Sunday or like 1 p.m. Monday, something like that. Don't quote me on that. So you go on Monsters and Memories, and then you can create an account there. You download the client, you create your character, and you log right in. You'll still have access to the client after the community alpha playtest ends, and you can like play around with the character creator, and they have like a little offline zone you can run around with, like just to literally just run around in a small little patch of dirt or city. But the goal here is to keep doing these playtests. They also have closed alpha testing right now, so there's constantly people online that are testing, and then from there they're going to go on to the beta test. And by the time Q1 of 2026 comes out, they're going to go into early access. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're going to do a change of scenery. I'm going to go on the other side of town. I need some more meat. There's not enough meat here. One of my favorite things graphically about Monsters and Memories is the draw distance. And it's not by accident. Sean, the lead developer, he said one of the things he loves also is draw distances. So you can see like a little speck far, far away, and the closer it gets, you realize, oh, that's a boat. Speaking of which, their boats are functioning. So you can travel on the boat. So we're definitely going to do that. Either probably like tomorrow or something like that. But it's persistent. So like you see the black evil looking tower over there. Even when I go all the way to the other side of town, yeah, there's definitely another lag spike. You'll be able to see that tower. Classic EverQuest said, at Twitchlit, check it out, man. Alpha weekend through Sunday or Monday. Classic EverQuest said, oh, okay. Mine just started tonight. I probably just need to relog. Yeah, give it a shot. Maybe that will help. Twitch said, yeah, for sure. For sure, going to sign up now. I was looking for a video and your channel got recommended. Been looking for a game like this and the algorithm gods knew it. That's awesome, dude. I'd love to hear it. You know, we all found out about Monsters in Memory one way or another, and if I can add anything to that, you know, piece of the puzzle, it's awesome and humbling. So I'm glad you're here. We really need, you know, there's going to be some people that love it. There's going to be some people that love it and some people that hate it, and that's perfectly fine. You know, if this turns out to be something that you like, then that's awesome. You know, if it turns out to be something you don't like, that's awesome too. I mean, there's no, it's like the game can be good and bad at the same time. It can be good for some people and bad for others. It's like you just got to give it a shot and see if it's for you, you know? Because you've got this Twidget, and by the way, if you don't know, this game, and then there's also a game called Adrelan Online, which is similar in the sense that they also value the classic type of MMORPG gameplay. The devs know each other, you know, but they're each individually making their own spin on classical MMORPGs, so it's a good time. Dang, look at this dude, man. Look at him. He's all decked out, looking fancy. Speaking of fancy, do I have enough money for... Yes. Alright, I need a backpack. Yeah, because right now I don't have a backpack and I want one. So this one's 1 gold. That's too expensive. Small field back is 2. Yeah, let's get that. Small field backpack. Boom. Now we got a backpack. Yay. I really needed that extra storage. Alright, there you go. Now we got lots of storage. We're going to be able to loot anything we want. Let me go to my bard trainer really quick. I want to see if oh, there's a bard right there. Look at this guy. He's looking fancy. He's got a drum. He's got a whatchamacallits. Let's clap for him. Clap. Oh, they haven't added that? Okay, cheer. Look at him go. He's playing the song we're listening to right now. You hear it? Okay. Bravo. All right, let's see meditation. Okay, we already got that. So the next skill is going to be a level 15. Oh, I didn't even know we could dual wield. That's sick. Alright, let me just double check. Is there any other songs I need to buy? Not right now. Okay. Alright, let's head out. Okay. Yeah, the city is bustling today. There's a lot of people running around. I'm going to sell these last few things and then we're going to head out, I promise. Whoops. Twitch just said, yeah, it's a real hit or miss in this space and the type of game is hard to pin down. The old school RPG can be really fun. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, you know, hold on. So, there was a video I just recently watched, and I'll talk about it in a second. Okay, so RuneScape. Classic RuneScape. So there's a video that recently came out and it was called something like, why are people leaving World of Warcraft for RuneScape? So they're leaving one old game for an even older game. And the main reason is just because they like the gameplay. Just to kind of like summarize what the video was about. And this is something that people have been kind of talking about for a while. I mean, they asked for Classic WoW and they got Classic WoW. Then they got Seasons of Discovery. Then they got these emulated servers like Turtle WoW. And it's because a lot of people, they play the modern MMORPGs and they're scratching their heads. It's like, why do I get bored? Like, why am I not satisfied? What's missing? This doesn't feel like what I used to play as a kid. And a lot of people will say, yeah, the only reason you want to play a classic MMO is nostalgia, and they couldn't be more wrong. You can be right and wrong at the same time. Ooh, thank you. Somebody just gave me Spirit of Wolf or Spirit of Wild. Now we can run faster. Yay. I mean, you can be right and wrong at the same time. To some degree, it's probably nostalgia, but it's beyond nostalgia because there's a certain gameplay mechanic. It's a little slower. But it's a lot more like meaningful, you know. Every single level. And you know, people will argue, I'm a grown man, I don't have time to grind. You do. You don't have time to grind the way you used to when you were 13 or 14 or 15, but you certainly have an hour where you can log in, and it might not be grinding mobs, it might not be getting in a group, but it might be, you know, leveling up your crafting a little bit. Like what I did earlier, I upgraded some of my armor. You know, hunting for that one mob that drops that one item that gets you that high dollar amount. You can accomplish that in an hour. And then there's got to be other sessions where you can maybe pull in 3 hours. So the game does respect your time, but in a different way. Not in the way like a modern MMORPG does, where everything is catered to hop in, open the UI where you can find any dungeon, get teleported to that dungeon immediately, run it, and then repeat. Rinse and repeat. And people are wondering why they're not having fun with that. It's because it's the MMORPG space has been gamified to the degree where it's just like there's no immersion, there's no connection to your character, there's no visual progression with your gear because you can just buy all your gear with microtransactions. And so that's why I'm saying it's beyond nostalgia. People are going back to classic MMORPGs because they want to get back to, like, if you look at the thumbnail from my day one stream yesterday, I was completely, I was shirtless. I literally didn't have a shirt on my back, you know? Now we got some upgraded gear, we got a backpack, we got some pantalones, we got a tunic, and we got our first songs, and we feel good. We feel like, man, we're getting stronger, we're getting better, you know? And every level feels that way. You know, whether you spend 3 hours or 1 hour, you can still find stuff to accomplish. So it's definitely fun. So I'm doing a little bit of exploring right now. I want to find. Oh, let me see if I can go over here. So yeah, Twidget, you're absolutely right. It's very hit or miss, and there's certainly some good MMORPGs out there. Guild Wars 2 has been around for a very long time, and it's still good. And even though it's been around for so long, they pump out expansions, and it's still a pretty good experience. But yeah. It's really hard to get that fun factor from these modern MMOs. Oh, crocodile. Might as well get my swimming skill up while we're here. Oh, these are still white. Oh, they're white and blue con. Okay. And I think there's a group here. Is there? I see someone. I thought I saw someone. Let me pull one of these real quick. Can I see him? There we go. Yeah, I picked the most like buggy place to possibly fight this dude. Alright, come back here. Let me loot you. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. RuneScape Classic. Okay, cool. Twidget said, yeah, RuneScape Classic was my first taste of the RuneScape Classic was my first taste of the MMORPG. Nowadays, I only log in to play my free-to-play Iron Man and OSRS. Twidget said, yeah, it's an endless chase. I feel like the nostalgia I got from back then. Yeah, you know, and again, part of it is nostalgia, but a lot of it is just the way the game is designed. you know. And people even say that about classic World of Warcraft. Like when they go to the original Azeroth before all the expansions, I mean, the first thing they notice is like, dang, this is slow. I'm not used to leveling so slow. But one of the things that made it such an amazing experience for you is that the world felt alive, you know, and you felt that progression, you know. Whether you started as a night elf and you were just working your way over there, you got your first flight path and you got on that flight path, what do you call it? The bird with wings, griffin. And as you're flying over the world, you're seeing all the different zones and you're seeing people running around. And then you make it to another side of town and you see orcs and ruins and you're just like, this world feels alive, you know? Felt really cool. And you get a similar feeling here. It's like, we're not going to go too far in the world right now because we'll probably get murked. You know, we don't know what kind of dangers await us out there. And, you know, you see these peaks and valleys and mountains in the background and you wonder what's behind those mountains. Or there's an aqueduct right there over the horizon and you wonder, if I go there, where will that take me? Or what's that black tower right over here? I wonder what kind of stuff is over there. Is that a friendly camp or is there some kind of mischief going on there? So I mean, part of it is, you know, this is a brand new world to a lot of people. There's plenty to discover. But even though the world is not always going to be new, right? There's going to come a day when the game is fully released and people play the game and they get good at the game. But it's never just going to become, oh, I've seen everything I could see and I need more. Give me the next thing. Because there's always going to be a twist somewhere in how you play or which alt you make. Because there's so much freedom and it's a non-linear experience. So you get to kind of live out your adventure however you see fit. And again, the devs are fully aware of like the MMORPG cycle, you know. You, 1 second you're having fun, the next minute you're bored because you feel like you've already experienced everything. So they have a plan for all that. Man, this guy's moving really slow and this is great. I can kite this dude without even trying. Make sure I don't run into one of the desert madmen. See what I mean about draw distance? You can see like the city from here and it still looks crisp. Alright, let's give him some of this dagger action. Don't hit me hard now. And by the way, even the music and everything you're hearing right now, these are all indie devs. Robert Engstrand made the music and the sound effects and a bunch of other stuff. So every single person that's a developer on this team is the same as you. Twitch it. They're like, I just want to make the game that I've been chasing all these years. Like they don't have like a publishing company or development bureaucracy where it's like, how much money can we make from something like this? Because I guarantee you, once classic MMORPGs become popular, there's going to be mainstream companies that are going to be like, well, now we got to make a classic MMORPG. And I guarantee you they're going to fail every single time. You know, doesn't matter how big your publisher is, that doesn't matter how big your company is. If they're just out for the money, then they're going to fail. You know, and any bit of microtransactions and you've already lost the plot. You know, playing classic WoW, playing classic EverQuest, playing classic RuneScape, the lack of microtransactions was one of the things that made it great. You know, The second you take a classically inspired MMORPG, like as far as genre is concerned, and you start putting microtransactions, one way or another, you're eliminating something that the player relies on for immersion. Whether it's the gear progression, even if it's not pay to win, if it's pay to look good. If you can pay to look good in an MMORPG, then what's the point of even trying to get new gear? Like, yeah, extra stats, but besides the stats, it's bragging rights, right? Because you go into a low level zone, the lobies, they see you, you've got like some sick plate, you got a flaming sword, you got a huge cloak, and you're just like, you're Superman to them. And or you are that low level player, you see that high level person, and it gives you something to work towards. That doesn't exist in an MMO that has microtransactions, because if you want to get that armor, just go for it. Go click the little button that says store. You'll get a pop-up on your screen that's going to pull you out of the immersion right away, and you can buy whatever cosmetics you want. You know, it doesn't work in an MMORPG. There's no way. I mean, I guess if it's an MMORPG that's focused on like real life simulation like The Sims or something, but when it comes to a fantasy-based MMORPG, it doesn't work. These guys are really high level. I don't think I can take these dudes. Twitch just said it's a lot. Excuse me. It's a lot like the hero's journey. I think this is what draws me to games like this. It was huge. Nowadays, everything has EM. I'm assuming that's microtransaction, or anyways, let me read it again. It was huge. Nowadays, everything has. Oh, nowadays everything has them. It's bad. Every skin is $20, and you can never stand out, and never did the grind. You can never stand out. Never did the grind. You just spent. It happens way too often now. Yeah. It's like, what's the point? You know. Like, we're already in a fantasy world playing a fantasy game. Like, you don't want to feel like a loser knowing that I just grinded all this when somebody else just paid $20. You know. Completely eliminated the hard work we put in. So, all right, there's a rattlesnake right there. Ooh, perfect. It's something I can actually kill without dying immediately. We're getting close to the level up, so I'm gonna start counting my numbers. Target is too far away. What are you talking about? Oh, and that's why he couldn't catch up with me, because I have the Spirit of the Wild. I don't need to kite this one because this is an even level, so this is gonna be easy. You know, I haven't been over here, so I just want to see. These guys won't attack me. But if I was an evil race, I'd probably hunt here. Let me see if there's anything in here. They probably haven't even populated this area yet. Yeah. Classic EverQuest, you're not lying. It definitely has a bit of lag. Again, lag spikes. So it's not something I would complain about, but it's something to make them aware of. Oh, okay, cool. They're starting to put furniture in here and everything. Nice. There's some beds. They're probably going to make it so you can rent these beds too. That'd be pretty cool. Nice. Tomorrow we should go to Wormsbane. That dungeon. That's going to be super fun. Twitch just said, I really hope Cleric is good. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure Cleric is going to be great. I mean, you're going to be the most important player in the game. Everyone's going to be reaching out to you and saying, can I get a res? Can I get a res? Classic EverQuest said, I restarted to see if I still get the lag spikes. I'm gonna go there tomorrow too. Are you on Rel? Are you on the same server as me? Because you said Twitch just said I love playing as a healer. Yeah, I mean it's another one of those things, man. Like the community in this game is amazing. So if you like, for example, playing a class where you're like a support or you help people or you like save people at the very last second, like this is definitely going to be fun for you. That's what I do sometimes. Sometimes, I said this earlier, but sometimes I'll go to low level areas and I'll just sit there and I'll watch like a weird stalker. I'll just sit there and watch the low level people and I'll give them buffs. I'll give them heals. They'll be like running for their life with 3 mobs and then I'll be like, stop running. I'll heal them. Then I'll give them some damage shields, some buffs. And the amount of gratitude you get from those experiences, it's like, there's no comparison. And what it also does is you're helping build the community, because that kid might have come from like WoW or some other game where that kind of stuff doesn't exist anymore. And you just created a memory for them. I was like, dude, I thought it was done for, and that dude came out of nowhere and he saved my rear end. So you actually contribute to building a nice community when you do that kind of stuff. And that's why I like playing a druid. That's my #1 reason for picking the druid class, is because druids get to teleport. And, you know, a lot of people coming from modern MMOs, one of the main things they like to complain about is like, there's no fast travel, you know, or I want to have like a flying mount so I can get from this part of the continent to this one in less than 3 minutes. And that's just never going to happen in a game like this, because the world will just start to feel small and you're like the hero of the entire game at that point. So what's the point? But there is fast travel. It's called reach out to a druid, and he can teleport you to one of the druid rings inside of the world. Reach out to a wizard, because they can teleport you to the wizard spires. So there's 2 classes that can basically monopolize on teleportation. They can make money off of it. They can help people with it. So to every problem, there's a solution. You just have to be creative in how you find that solution. Just because there's not a UI prompt that pops up and says teleport to this place doesn't mean there's no such thing as fast travel in a classic MMORPG, you know. So you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. playing a healer, you're going to be very popular on your server. And especially if you're a good healer, then you're going to make a name for yourself. And it's live out your wildest dream. Being the greatest cleric ever. Classic EverQuest said, I'm on Crivia. I'm on Rel. So we're on 2 different servers. Shucks. I remembered that. I figured I'd ask just to make sure I wasn't tripping. But I guess we'll be doing the same thing though. You're gonna be over there in Wormsbane, and I'm gonna be there too. Before this, some way, somehow, before this playtest is over, I'm gonna go grouping. I've been doing nothing but soloing, and I'm actually glad. You know, I watch other people's streams and they do a lot of grouping. I'm actually glad that I'm a solo player for the most part, because, and this goes for you guys, like if anyone ever says, yeah, I can't play a game like that because it's impossible to solo, just send them to my YouTube, like send them a video of one of my YouTube videos. Every single game, whether it's Adrenaline Online, whether it's Monsters and Memories, or whether it's EverQuest, I have played solo. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but I do a lot of soloing, you know? So, like I said, it's not a linear experience, and where there's a will, there's a way. So if you might even think of a creative way of soloing that no one else has thought of, because the world kind of gave you the tools to do it. Like, please believe me, there's going to be server firsts for people that figure out how to do stuff that other people don't even know about. Similar to what you said, Classic EverQuest, how you have the retail arbitrage, how you found that stuff and then you realize you can resell it. 100% that's going to happen over and over and over throughout the world. Oh, nice. 2 for 1. Oh! It's like I knew that was gonna happen. I just thought it's funny. This guy's hitting me unnecessarily hard. Psych. Alright, here's another one right here. I get really quiet at these moments because I don't want to mess up. Just like, I can see myself, if I ever get good at a bard, since this is my first time playing a bard, I can see myself one day getting good at this and then being like, okay, I can't even stream anymore because I have to focus so much on what I'm actually doing. That's what I really like about the Beastmaster, by the way. Having a pet just feels so good. Just to be able to kind of, it's not like take it easy, like there's still some, you got to pay attention to like your spells and what you're doing. But it feels good to know, like when you have a pet, that you have somebody has your back. Oh, I just got another one on me. Crap. Yeah, I didn't see that guy. He came out of nowhere. The city looks dope in the background. If you look closer, you see those purple lights? Oh, we're gonna run past it. It's like illuminated. That little guy over there is wondering, what the heck is that dude doing? It's called kiting. These throwing knives are coming in clutch, man. Love it. Alright, he's running away. You ain't gonna run from me. Yeah, see the lights over there? The purple lights? City looks dope at night. Nice. Okay. Ooh, we got some armor. Alright. For y'all's sake, I'm gonna turn up the gamma just so the stream isn't too dark for you. I'll do 80 for now. Thought I lost it for a second. Hey, Nicodemus. Speaking of monsters and memories, devs. Speak and they shall arrive. How are you today? Twitch had said, I love playing healers, so yeah, you're gonna love it. I mean, and you can do paladin, you can do cleric, you can do druid, you can do shaman. So there's always going to be an opportunity for you, Twidget, to like run an alt, you know, makes a second character, and have a completely different experience, but a same experience at the same time. So like if you like healing, for example, cleric, you might be focused on regeneration, health, given the most powerful buffs in the game. Where like a shaman might have very technically specific buffs that help you achieve a certain strength or something that you can't get from anyone else. Oh, this guy, see what I mean? People are so nice that that guy thought I was in trouble. And that's how pretty much everyone is in this community. I'm just gonna bow because he doesn't know. So we got a warrior bracer. Hold on, let me switch. I'm starting to get some different loot. So tattered cloth bracer, a sheer warrior bracer. Let me swap this. Okay, boom, got that. Tattered cloth, rawhide. Yeah, I already have that. Oh gosh, now he's calling me names. Nicodemus said, "Good, sir." Do I look like a sir? Bruh, I'm 17, yo. No, I'm just kidding. Nicodemus said, good sir, a bit tired. I was almost off to bed when I saw you streaming. Enjoy the Bard? Yeah, I'm loving the Bard. It feels really good. This is my first time ever playing a Bard in any MMORPG. So I'm having a complete and total blast. I'm super glad I got the special ability of throwing daggers though. Just, I don't know, it just adds another layer to this. I mean, and I'm so early on, I'm only level 4, you know. Like when the game's in early access, I can only imagine how it's going to be with like the different types of instruments, with just all the different stuff. So it feels really good. I'm trying to work my way up to level 5 right now so I can get the speed running buff. So I'm super excited. And by the way, regarding being tired, I feel you on that. I was up till, and I blame you, Nicodemus. This is all your fault and the rest of the Monsters and Memories team, but I was up till like 4 in the morning yesterday. And yeah, thank you for giving me only 2 hours of sleep before work, and now I'm back. It's all your fault. Stop making good games so I can actually sleep a little bit. I'm kidding, don't do that. You better not stop. Oh, okay, my Spirit of Wolf is officially gone. Or you can do, Nicodemus, you can do what Classic EverQuest did. he left a comment on my last video and he was like, hey, you ended up putting me to sleep, so I missed the last hour. I'm gonna have to go finish watching that later. And he got me thinking I should really rebrand my channel from Class&Cool to Sleep and Stream. So like, and the gimmick is gonna be basically like subscribe for $4.99 so that you can watch my streams and help you fall asleep in 10 minutes or less, or your money back. By the way, Nicodemus, me and Classic EverQuest were talking that I didn't have any kind of lag spikes for a while, but for some reason today, every few minutes I get like a random jitter. So figured you'd, in case no one has mentioned it, I'm just telling you. It seems like an odd thing, so it might be even client side, because Classic EverQuest said it was happening to him like every minute, but that's not that's not my personal experience. For me, it happens like once every 20 minutes, and it's only been happening today. It wasn't happening yesterday or anything like that. Besides that, everything's been super buttery smooth. So just a heads up there. I love the nighttime, especially with the sit. Hold on, I need to take a screenshot. Sorry. Come on, Snake, get out of here. You're messing up my picture. Thank you for listening, Snake. All right, one more. I like the black silhouette. But I'm gonna face this way. There you go. That's the shot right there. Perfect. Back to the grind. Alright, where is the... Oh, there's another guy, Vind. Hello, Vind. We're almost there, folks. I'm so close to level 5. I'm excited. This is really going to happen today. Let's see. Classic viruses. Oh, I got to read all that. Nicodemus said... thanks, you can press F11 to pull up the FPS meter if needed. Yeah, so I actually, my FPS has been buttery smooth, so it's like outside of that, like essentially what I'm saying was happening, like I was looking, my FPS was like 80 FPS, my ping was like 120, so everything was good, and then randomly it would just like freeze for like 1 or 2 seconds. So it's really minuscule, but I just figured, hey, Classic EverQuest said, I reran the patch and restarted the client, and I think it fixed it. I saw someone mention in Nick's stream that... the 4090 was having issues. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it could just be the fact that the servers, like, think about how much they've been overloaded the past 2 days. You know? At any given time, Night Harbor has like 400 people in it, which is phenomenal, by the way. You guys did a great job optimizing everything. Nicodemus said, I think I saw that post by First in it. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that people are sharing these things. It's only going to make the world better. Sun2W said, hey to you too. Hope you're having a great night. Twidget said the night sky looks really good. Oh, it does, yeah. And I think the clouds look great too. And look, you see how there's one moon there, there's one moon there. I think there's another moon here somewhere. But one of the cool things is, so this moon cycle, you see how it is like right now, sometimes it's a full moon, sometimes this is a full moon. But depending on the moon cycle, There's going to be special mob spawns out in the world that only come out when the moon is a specific, like, whatever you call it, right? So you can log in one day and you can be like, oh crap, it's a full moon. You can get your whole, your friends together, right? And go out to the desert where that specific boss only spawns when it's a full moon. Yeah, the type of stuff they're thinking of is freaking awesome. So it's like the world interacts with you. It's not just like, okay, let me get it to the next dungeon or the next raid with Raid Finder. But the world feels like it's changing all around you while still staying the same. Which is kind of wish what they did with like Classic WoW or Classic EverQuest. Instead of giving us a new island expansion and making the world bigger, why not just take your existing world? Like, it's okay to drop a new island expansion once in a while, but once you have too many expansions with too many continents and too many worlds, the world becomes too big where if there's not enough players to fill it, the world actually starts to feel empty, even though it's so big. Versus if you take something like the original continent and you add a new dungeon and you add lore, it's like the gnomes were mining. They were digging this cave and it got overrun by orcs. And now you got a brand new dungeon to explore. And all you have to do is add that to the existing world. You don't have to delete anything from the old world. You just add something new. And that's a good part of the design philosophy that Sean was talking about. Not that specific example, that was just me spitballing. But they believe, like, instead of just releasing a new expansion every year and making the world too huge, reusing the assets in the world you already have and just making it girthier. I don't know, for lack of a better term. The night sky looks really good. Nicodemus said, I love the night sky as well. A lot of thought went into the small details. If you are lost and need your bearings, look at the sky. See the Milky Way structure? It goes east and west. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, and there's the third moon right there, by the way. Yeah, here, let me get rid of my ugly mug for a sec. And the music is phenomenal. Yeah, no, that's sick. Yeah, I like me a game where I can just like chill and actually enjoy my surroundings. That's one of my favorite things about, I'm an EverQuest player, but one, you know, I bring up World of Warcraft once in a blue moon. And one thing I really loved about World of Warcraft was the world. I think the world, the original classic world, looked really good. Looks really good. Even today you log in and you're just like, you get so immersed into the world. And that's one thing that I really like about a good MMORPGs is when the world can pull you in with its vibe and everything. Sun2W said, add classic EverQuest. Have you tried the Enchanter class? If so, how did you like it? Classic EverQuest said, at Sun2W. I have not, but I did group with one yesterday for quite some time. They were really good, very close to EQ Chanter. You get charm very early, like level 5 or so before. They went to town to sell and we noticed the missing DPS for sure. They can also charm to help split camps. Same old Chanter tricks. Yeah, enchanters are awesome. I really want to play one. I'm running out of mobs here. I might need to move. Twitch has said that's really cool. I think that's when we were talking about the sky. Yeah, about Nicodemus, about the Milky Way and everything. Yeah, it is super cool. Nicodemus says, I say east to west, but I may be off a bit. Still, you can use stuff like that to navigate your way. Yeah, and that's one thing about like not having a map is like, you get over it really quick. I'm sorry, let me turn that down. You get over the not having a map thing that some people have an issue with really quick. Because like this mountain peak is a landmark. The city is a landmark. The aqueduct is a landmark. So after being in this area once or twice, you start to get a sense and a feel for where you are. And even if you get lost, like let's say it's just nothing but sand. If you look up, you see the peak right there. And then you see the city right there. Like you can make your way around and just know where you are. Nicodemus said, I gotta head out, sir. Thanks again for streaming. I will try to catch the VOD next week. All take care. Everybody say bye to Nicodemus. Thank you, Nicodemus. Thank you for being amazing. Get some rest. We just need one more yellow bubble and we'll be level 5. So close. Need some more of those Ashira mobs and we'll be able to get this knocked out in no time. Yeah, we're so close. We just need to stay consistent here. I don't know why I saw like 3 of them all around and now they're all gone. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get a rattlesnake. A couple of those and we'll be leveled up. And I know that there's a camp right over here. So there's an Ashira camp right there. And oh, there's one right there, I think. No, that's another player. Yeah, we're so close. And as a matter of fact, once we get to level 5, my next goal is going to be to go to Wormsbane, like I said earlier. So, which means we're going to get to group with some people. And then I can test out all my new spells and see how useful I actually am. Yeah, so here's a group right here. I can't do that right now. Said, yo man, how we liking the bard? It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So we have 2 groups here, by the way. So here's a group right here, sitting around the campfire. And then here's another group right here. Oh, and there's a 3rd group right there. I'm gonna sit down by the campfire so I can get the rested buff. Hey folks, just getting some warmth from the campfire. Alright, give me a quick sec. You guys, just I'm asking you to make sure nobody attacks me. BRB. All right, I'm back. All right, so for those of you that are not familiar, you see this buff on the top right corner. It says warmth of the campfire. When I select myself, when I target myself, I should say, and I do consider, which is C, and you check yourself, it says you think very highly of yourself. Fighting oneself is not advisable. That's all funny and jokes, but it says here you feel well rested. So when you feel well rested, basically it makes you, I'm not sure what it does. I don't, to be honest, I'm assuming it just makes you more efficient or like you heal better. But you always want to spend some time in a tavern next to a campfire or something like that. Even if you want to sit there for like 5 minutes, it helps you out. It reminds me of like in WoW when you get a rested buff, so that like when you log out in an inn, when you log back in, you get like an XP boost, which by the way, I think that was a very cool little thing that WoW did back in the day, especially for like players like myself that, you know, we kind of pace ourselves. We take our time, soak in the world, take a day or two off, you know, go take care of some real life stuff, not issues. I don't know why. Doesn't always have to be an issue. And then just come back and you get that little perk because you logged out in a tavern. I thought that was a very cool thing. There's a twig. Twitch just said there's a twig. Where's the twig? Ooh, there you go. Oh, he's red. I almost attacked that thing just off instinct. That would have been terrible. Classic EverQuest said, ZBrushed came into my stream this morning and said, you gotta find the sewers. Okay. Look, I know he said it to you, but I'm gonna take the advice. Oh, check this out, y'all. Oh God. Oh no. Oh my gosh, pure terror. I thought I aggroed him, but here, this should be a safe distance. Look at all these ghosts. Yeah, we don't want to deal with that. That's not a fun way to get to level 5. Oh, Twig just said was a player. Okay. Twig is a player that you saw. Got it. Thank you. Classic EverQuest said, so we got to find these sewers. Yeah, and frankly, I have no idea where they are or how to get to them, so that's going to be a fun little adventure trying to figure out how to get into the underground sewers. There's a few things I still want to do between now and Sunday. I want to find the sewers, now that you mention it. I want to get on the boat, because I've never been on the boat. And I want to find the... and I want to go to Wormsbane. Okay, I found a mob. There's one right there. Yeah, I'm going off of the beaten path, so it's a little slow going. Oh, there's another camp of some sorts right there. It's all lit up. Okay, so we got a rattlesnake there, and we got a rattlesnake there. That one's red. I can't take a red. But I'll just take this yellow one and hope I don't die. Ooh, he's hitting me hard, dude. Actually, no, we're doing good. We got this. this is going to be a close one. Okay, we got it. Nice. We just gotta find a few more of those snakes. That's a red one. All these are such high level, man. I can't swing it. So we got where do you classic EverQuest said, where do we get on the boat? I think you get on the boat in the Night Harbor. I've never gone on the boat, so I have no idea, but I really want to go on the boat and just explore and see where it takes you. Twidget said, you would think the sewers would be in the city or near them, right? They should be. I guess there's just a certain way you gotta go into them, like kind of sneaking into them, you know? Classic EverQuest said, yeah, for sure, but the city is large in some areas you can't go to, or maybe you can. Well, the thing is, the city, not only is the city like ridiculously huge, but it's, there's certain areas where, believe it or not, some of the mobs will attack you. Which I love that, right? You always think of like your home city as like, oh, this is a nice little cozy home. And it is. It is somewhere after a long adventure, after dungeon crawling, after going through crypts and mines and dungeons and battles. It's nice to come home to a nice cozy city. Totally with that. But to also have the twist that if you go down the wrong alleyway, that you can get attacked by beggars or muggers or some kind of like clan that is just, you know, peddling stuff over there. I think that's a really cool vibe. And the fact like that there's sewers right underneath the city that are filled with danger is a really nice touch. Alright, so we're almost at full health. Okay, we're gonna use this buff. I'm trying to be careful here. We're gonna use that. We're gonna hit that. We're gonna hit that. Hit him one more time, and then melee. Jeez, he is hitting me hard, dude. Is this a yellow or red? He's hitting me like he's a red. Oh, this might be over for us, folks. Yep, this is not good. Oh gosh, we're gonna die. Oh no. We've got a long run to the zone, folks. Oh gosh. Feel free to send your prayers, guys, because he's gaining on me. It's okay. I wanted to head back to the city anyways, but I'm not trying to die. I want to live. I don't think he's going to catch up with me right now, so we should be fine. So let me do this. Let's heal up a little bit. And by the way, this is another mechanic. And it's like somebody asked, what's the difference between Adrelon Online and Monsters and Memories? Many differences, right? But one difference is that Adrelon Online is an open world by design, and the mobs, they leash. So most people know what leashing means, but I grew up in an era where there was no such thing as leashing. Once you aggroed something, it would follow you until one of two things happened. Either you died, or it died, or you zoned. So 3 things. Either you die, it dies, or you zone. And they intentionally made this game zone-based for that reason. And I'm so happy that they went with that, because like most games nowadays are open world. Pantheon Online is Pantheon, Pantheon, I'll just call it Pantheon. Rise of the Fallen isn't supposed to be an open world. Adrenalin Online is an open world. Almost every other game you can think of is an open world. So like one of the things we used to do in classic EverQuest is we would, fight it out in a dungeon, and then if you got attacked by too many mobs, you'd have like 10 mobs and you decide you want to run away. Well, the way you run away is you run to the zone line. And we used to call that a train. And we'd shout in the global chat or whatever, and in that zone, we'd shout and we'd say train, and everyone would be running for it. Well, you can't do that in an open world. And that's why I'm really glad that they kept like the zone feature, so that the mobs might not leash, like they'll always stick to you like glue. But if you make it to the zone line, you can save yourself. And by the way, I was 2 seconds away from dying, and the only reason I survived is because I mesmerized it. So I used this song right here, which is why the snake stopped. And then on my run back, I'm singing this song. It's called Healing Him. So as you can see, my health is going up very nicely, and the snake is at a safe distance. So like the depth of your playstyle and what you do, it's a lot. It's not just hitting auto attack and then standing there. You actually have to think, pay attention, debuff, buff, snare, nuke, dot, like do everything and balance it out in a way that makes sense in the moment. It's not just, this is the meta, you have to push these buttons over and over, and then you do that until level 60. The scenarios might change from battle to battle depending on the circumstances. So, and look, we got to survive. And to make things even better, it's daytime now. Let there be light. Twitch said in response to classic EverQuest, oh true. True. I would just assume it would be in or around the city, but hard to say if it's not outside the city and leads you back in. Oh, talking about the sewers, yeah. The city of Easythim is widely believed to be rife with dark magics, cults, and all manners of dangers. Okay, sorry, we're gonna zone back in, folks. The Langsdorfian League's history goes back centuries, making them the oldest trade guild in the known realms of Ether. Langsdorfian Leagues. I'm curious to see those guys. Okay. Alright folks, now that it's daytime, I'm going to turn this back down. Alright. Sorry, I was checking to see if anyone was at that camp over there. There's another camp over there. Oh, there you go, rattlesnake right there. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. Guys, we are so close. We are so close. I really hope that's a rattlesnake over there. Probably not, but we'll see. And no, that looks like a regular snake. Yeah, I can tell by the size. Desert bat. Oh, that's a regular snake. What? What are you doing, dude? I literally just two-shot you. Oh, there you go. There, I see one right there. A Shira warrior. Let's go get it. Oh, somebody else got it. It's okay. We'll take this scarab right here. Oh, no, nobody got it. That's mine. I got it. That's us, yo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Trying to see if I can see any more of them in the distance. There's a spider right there. We can take that spider and what else? Oh, there's a scarab right there. We'll get that first. Alright, we got this guy. Alright, our inventory is getting filled up. Which is a good problem to have. 2 more blue bars and we're level 5, folks. Jeez. We are so close. I can't wait, man. I'm so excited to get the speed, the speed song, so I can run faster. It's gonna be a game changer. Because then I'm gonna start kiting, so I'm gonna have to start twisting these songs. Okay. What is that? Jackal pup. We don't want you. That's a regular snake. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This guy needs help. Come on, help him. Help him. Does he need my help or no? No, he's okay. He's got this. Oh crap, no. Yeah, he needs help. Okay, you got it. We just saved his butt. Alright, now let's cheer for him and say congrats. Yeah, he was gonna die if we didn't help him. 100%. I mean, the way he was running, I thought he was gonna, he was already in trouble, but I guess he sensed that it was a little too much for him to handle. So he was trying to get by the zone line in case he needed to escape. But I mean, somebody helped me out, and that's how I got that staff at the beginning of the stream. If it wasn't for that dude, we wouldn't have got the new armor, so, you know, those little acts of kindness go a long way. There's another scarab right there. All we need is like one more rattlesnake and we'll be all set. Yeah, I think I should restart the client, but it's not a big enough issue for me right now. There's 1, 2, 3 spiders over there. That might do it for us. Let's go. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy. No way he's gonna give a Spirit of War. That would be awesome. Thank you! Dude, that's so good. And what a coincidence that we're getting Spirit of the Wild right when we're about to level. And he's giving us all these buffs. Heck yeah, dude. Cheer. You're the best. Thanks, Donut. Awesome. Dude, I love it. Oh, Eric Jones, thank you. See, that's the best way to get stream sniped. When somebody finds you and buffs you. Thank you, Eric. Dang, what level are you now? You're getting up there. Was that all in one day, or is this a previous player that you had? I'm working, so randomly buffing people, all I can do. That's awesome, dude. Level 8. Previously play, I got to level 6. Oh, okay, so since the playtest started yesterday, you got to level 8. Excuse me. Why am I not attacking him? Who? Donut hole. Oh, you're a halfling druid. Nice. You're playing my favorite class. Okay, there's another one right there. 2 more of these and we're gonna level up. Well, congrats on level 8, man. That's awesome. Ooh, right there, right there, right there. There you go. This is why I love the speed buff right here. Alright, but we don't really need it. He's blue. Alright, one more. We got one more and we're gonna level up. There you go, rattlesnake right there. I can tell from far away it's a rattlesnake because of how long it is compared to the snake. There's that lag spike, man. So annoying. Alright, this is it. Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. That's what's up. That is what's up. So we're gonna take a chill pill right here. This nice little oasis. And now we have our speed buff. I'm so excited to try this. And one thing I want to test right off the bat, since Donut Hole, since he just gave us the speed buff, Spirit of Wild, Let's find out if we can stack these. Which, if you can, they'll definitely nerf it, but might as well try it anyways. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's see if I run any faster. Okay. No, you can't stack it, but it wouldn't make sense if you could. It's not supposed to be something you can stack, I would think. That would be way too OP. Okay, so this is really good. We leveled up. This is gonna be. This is gonna set us up great for tomorrow. So we're gonna go sell because we still got room in our inventory. One thing I gotta keep in mind now that I'm level 5, I believe I run the risk of getting. Is he gonna go for that rattlesnake? No. Okay, I'll take it then. I think that if I die, I lose XP now, so I need to keep that in mind. Classic EverQuest said, "Big grats." Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'm curious to know how much money I have after all this. Buy some more gear and then find a place to haul it. Alright, let's head back to town. There's 2 things I want to do. Oh, wait a minute. Another rattlesnake? No, just a regular snake. So yeah, let's go sell. And on the way back to my... I feel bad because Donut hooked us up with all these buffs and we're heading back to town. Shucks. Tell you what, let's see if these people are here. If there's people here... Yeah, there's people here. No. Because I was going to say we can like grind a couple of those while we have the buffs and then we can head out as soon as it wears off. Okay. $2:30 in the morning Eastern, and there's 230 players in Night Harbor. Nice. What's that? We're gonna take out this Ashera scout really quick. Looks like he has a weapon on him. How sick would it be if we just randomly saw another cracked staff on one of these skellies? That would make my night. Might as well check. You never know. You never know. Oh, look, they're both chasing me. That's cute. Alright. Let me charge my phone. Oh, I'm not even attacking him. Jeez, what am I doing? Nice. Did I already have some? Yeah, I already had some. Alright, now we can head back to town. I think I made enough XP to make sure I'm covered in case I get ganked. And a classic EverQuest, I'm actually going to use your little strategy and I'm going to go look at this shady merchant to see if he has any fancy items I can resell. Clint the Innocent. Yeah. Sounds innocent. Okay, so Clint's special formula. Grip Scarab Carapace. No, I don't see anything. Volatile Rift Potion. What the heck? 50 gold. Effect. Gate on click. Any slot. Cast time. Instant level 1. Wow. 50 gold though? That's kind of crazy. Alright. Alright, so like I said, we're going to go back to our place so we can sell. First, let's go over here. Actually, you know what? We're going to sell right here. I forgot that there's weapons dealers here. So Rusty Trident, sell. Bags and packs, sell. Nope, don't sell that. We need that. Okay, nothing there. Alright, let's sell this stuff. 1, 2. Nice. Okay, what else do we got? So we got some armor pieces we need to sell. Where's the armor vendor? There you go. Let's sell. Let me make sure I have one of these. So the rawhide bracelet, Ashira bracelet. Okay, sweet. So let's sell, sell, and sell. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we have around 6 silver total. Anything else I can sell? Oh, we have. So that's leather working. Let's go to the cloth worker. Spell the spider silk. Okay, we have 19 cloth straps, and I think yesterday when we were talking, Flambusto said, oh, 36 cloth or 15 silver. Yeah, we still got a ways to go. We still got a ways to go before we have enough to buy that bag. Basically, yesterday there was some dude saying he makes bags and he sells them, and you can either buy them or you can give him the materials. Oh snap, we're out of food, yo. Look at that. Water and then food, none. Okay, good to know. My goal, Classic EverQuest said, my goal in this playtest is to get the big backpack, but it's 1 gold and I'm only nearing halfway there. Not sure I'm gonna make it. I mean, I'm impressed that you're already halfway there. That's pretty crazy. 50 silver is no joke. That is no joke. Alright, so let's alright, let's buy some armor. So right now we don't have a back slot and shoulder slot, so let's buy that first. So might as well fill up the empty slots first, you know? Okay, so patched rawhide cloak, that's 3. Patched rawhide shoulder pads. Whoops, the heck? That's 3. What other cloaks are in here? Tattered cloth cape, we don't want that. Tattered cloth mantle, we don't want that. Tattered hide cloak, there you go. Ooh, nice. Yeah, we'll probably get this one. And then, what's the other shoulders? I don't see any more. Shoulders, tattered hide. Okay, sorry, it's right there. I'm tripping. Oh, wow. Okay, we're buying this. This is 7 AC. Oh, they're both... Hold on, timeout. The Tattered Hide Cloak is 5. Okay, so we're gonna get these first. Tattered Hide Shoulder Pads. Tattered Hide Shoulder Pads. Check. Okay, perfect. We have 3 silver left. Can we buy the cloak? Or do we not have enough? Oh, we have just enough. Look at that. Nice. That was a good upgrade right there. Sweet deal. Alright, cool. So we just added another like 12 armor class to ourselves. Only now we're out of money and out of food. Hey, I just got an idea. Maybe it's in here. Oh no, it's not in here. There's a random dead person in there. My goal is to play test, blah, blah, blah. A lot of retail arbitrage went into that. Dang, that's crazy, dude. I should do that while I'm at work tomorrow. I should just like log in and do some retail arbitrage. Okay, so we accomplished buying and selling. Now I just I wanna see what level these mobs are. Okay, perfect. There you go. This is what I wanted to try, and this is perfect. Oh my gosh, man, these lag spikes, they're kind of annoying now. I mean, they weren't bothering me that much, but when the more they happen, the more annoying it gets. I kind of have to forgive it though, because for how smooth it's been, I'll take a couple of lag spikes. I'm sure they'll get it fixed by tomorrow. Because, I mean, it wasn't happening yesterday, so why would it happen today? You know? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, and by the way, this is what we were talking about earlier, how in a random part of the city, they got these water snakes, and they're high enough level that I can get XP from them. Okay, he's yellow, so I don't know if I'm going to survive this. And I don't know if the guards are going to help me. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my coffee and then we're going to see how good this is. All right, I'm back. Let's see. Let's see if we can kite this guy. All right, so we still have our speed buff, right? All right, so how are we gonna do this? Let's... What? Hit him. Okay, there you go. Oh no. Oh no, what am I doing? Am I breaking rules? Oh gosh. Now that's old school EverQuest right there. Jump. You can't get me, you can't get me. Wait, what? Oh, snap. Oh no. No. I mean, technically this is lore friendly, you know, the snake can't climb walls and I can. That's what happens when you don't have feet. Whoops. I guess that's one way to kite a mob. You can get a tailor. Excuse me. Jeez. You can get a tailor. I'll read that in a second. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie. This is amazing because this is the kind of stuff I used to love about EverQuest. You'd find these little places where you'd get up on a hill and you'd start nuking it, like if you're a ranger or something like that, and then you would just jump off and then rinse and repeat. I mean, it's not like you're gonna get to level 60 doing that. Like, this is just something you do, you have fun with it, you get bored, and then you go do some real stuff. But when the game does allow you to do something like this and the mobs aren't like teleporting automatically, it's nice, you know? Like, mobs shouldn't just teleport. Come on. Can't see it. Okay, I think he's trying to run. Yeah, he's trying to run. Oh, don't go to the guard. Don't. Dude, imagine if he freaking goes to the guard. Now I can't reach it. Why can't I hit it? Oh my gosh, come on. I'm missing every shot, dude. Okay, there you go. Alright. Mogwai man, you can get a tailor to make you a large backpack using 42 cloth pieces. Yeah, that's exactly it, classic EverQuest. What Mogwai just said. Check out the /notes. This is what I took a note from Flambusto. He's a player. He was advertising yesterday that he'll make a cloth backpack, which is 10 slots, extra large, with 42 cloth or 22 silver. So if you have 50 silver, hit him up. Hold on, let me see. Oh, you're not on the same server as me. Shoot. Yeah. No, 100%. Thank you for bringing that up, Mogwai, man. Yeah, he made both of mine, dude. I'm really trying to get those as well. All right, let me hit this guy up again. Oh crap. Jump. Whoops. I mean, I genuinely see no issue with this, right? I'm not like... I'm not breaking the rules, am I? I'm still having fun, so... Can't be that bad. Whoops. No, this is great. Now, imagine doing the same thing I'm doing, but just pull a city guard and just repeat this process for like an hour. And kill a level 60 and get like 20 levels in one mob. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Oh gosh. Yoink. He got me. Oh crap. Alright. This is the last one and then we're gonna keep moving. The juice is not worth the squeeze, I would say. We got other plans. Alright, there you go. Just stay away from the guards. Please don't get killed by the guards. Where did he go? Oh, he went under the world. I mean, he is a snake after all, you know? He's just burrowing in the cement. Alright, perfect. Is this one an inn? Can I rest in here? Oh yeah, you can get a rested buff. Nice. Alright, Classic EverQuest said, oh yeah, I forgot about that things. I think ZZZ on my server makes them. Mogwai, you can get a tailor to make it for 42 cloth pieces. I read that. Mogwai man, yeah, he made both for mine. Mogwai man said, I'm on Rel. Okay, yeah, so we're both on Rel, and Classic EverQuest is on the other one. And that's why he said, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks. I think ZZZ on my server makes them. So there you go. You should definitely do that, and then you can use that 50 or that 1 gold for something else. Okay, so that was all fun and dandy. So we that's what I wanted. I want to get enough XP to make sure if I D-level I don't get hurt. But frankly, I might come back and grind that out a little bit. That would be fun. How much more of my 4 minutes? Okay, let's try this out. So right now we're running slow, and now we're gonna do the speed buff. So this is our first time trying it. Ready? Okay. So now we have the speed buff on. So it's not as fast as Spirit of the Wolf, but it's definitely something. I keep calling it Spirit of Wolf. It's called Spirit of the Wild. And we are totally out of food. We need to cook some food. I think that's it. So we completed the gear quests. So we got new gear. We got to level 5. We actually even got 1 yellow into level 6, so that's great. We got our speed spell. The only thing left to do before I find a tavern and rest my head is to buy some food, and then we're pretty much good to go. Actually, let me... Hold on one sec. Let me try something really quick, because I'm level 5, and this guy, Hale, Janie Langris cocks his head slightly before gesturing openly with his hands. Why, hello. How may I assist you? Second task? Oh, okay. Second task. Oh, okay. He's saying a lot to me now. Hold up. Wait a minute. So the rumors are true. We did the level 1 quest with him, and now at level 5 he's talking to us again. Okay, what is he saying? Look at this. So you guys know exactly what time it is. 2:53. Sheesh. Okay. Jamie Langris said, well, this one is rather dreary, I'm afraid. A friend of ours took an amulet into the newly excavated tomb outside the city. Where did we talk about going? Wormsbane Tomb. Okay, hold on. Oh, I know what this is. Jamie Langris says it was meant to allow communion with the dead, but apparently it still needs some work, or at least that's the suspicion, given reports of what happened to the person who attempted to use the amulet. Jamie Langris said, ordinarily we'd have one of our freebooter archaeologists find it for us, but they've been having trouble staying alive in there. The red mantles are out of the question as well, since the owner isn't particularly fond of authority figures. The amulet itself is silver and bears the engraving of a woman's face. Perhaps they were attempting to speak with the ghastly gal. Would you be a dear and bring it to me? Yes. Amulet. I mean, I'm assuming he just wants me to do it, so I will bring the amulet. Accepted. I mean, we pretty much got the quest. I just want to double check here. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so there you go. So he gave us another quest just now. And I think I know exactly where this place is. Hold on, let me cook my meat, and then we're gonna look it up and see if it's where I think it is. Cause hey, speaking of meat, look, this person's guild is meat. Meat, meat, meat. It's really nice after like a long grind to come back to like a bustling little city. All these people. All right, let's cook us some meat. All right, there you go. We're gonna eat some meat. So there was like a crypt or something like that that I stumbled into by accident. I'm gonna go see if that's where we're supposed to go. All right, let's do it. I really don't have any more money. I spent all my money. It's just like me in real life. You get a big payday. All right, we're rich. 10 minutes later, bank account on 0. No, I'm kidding. I'm an adult. Snapping Dragon's cheek pincher. Oh man, look at that. There's like a guild of people, a group of people. Okay, let's go up here. Oh crap. All right, we're gonna go up here. How are you liking Bard so far? Dead Man Fishing said, I love it. And I love it even more because now I got my speed buff. Oh, let's take a look at the city one more time before we go. Try not to fall. Look at our beautiful night harbor. All right. Let's... Oh, yeah, I think this is the place. You know how I know that? Because he said the red mantle guards wouldn't help. So let's go in here. Oh, look, it looks like there's spaces up there too. Hold on. You see this right here? All right, let's check it out. Is it locked? No way. You need a key. How do I get a key? Oh, man. So how do I go there? This is one of those moments where I'll ask for a tip from you guys. How do I get in here? Hold on. For the Bard quest, for the level 5 Bard quest, is he supposed to give me a key? I asked that question in a way of like, if you know, you know, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Spoilers. No, I'm gonna love it when they put fall damage in the game. There's gonna be a lot of in the Wood Elf city that's in the trees. You're gonna see a lot of corpses at the bottom from people that fell. But yeah, so Dead Man Fishing, it's coming together. Like the Bard, you know, you start off with essentially nothing. You just have like your nuke and your I think it's a buff. And slowly and steadily each level you learn a new song. So it really starts to ramp up, and it's like kind of like putting the puzzle pieces together for my character. So now I have the speed buff, I have the nuke, I have the damage over time, and I have the mez, and I have the group heal. So if I were to join a group right now, I would probably use the mez, the buff, and the heal. As a solo player, I still feel like I can easily solo like yellows and whites, so it definitely fits my playstyle. But I think we're in a good spot right now. Tomorrow we're gonna go to Wormsbane. We're gonna find a group. We're gonna have a blast. And we're just gonna head over there right now really quick and then call it. And I had a great time. I got a backpack, I got another bag, I got a bunch of gear. Got my level 5 song. So, really good stuff. Let me see if anybody saw what I wrote. Where's the weaving train? No, okay. I'm definitely faster than this guy. Look, he's falling behind. Stupid lag spike ruining the moment. Perfect. That's where we're gonna go tomorrow. Looking forward to it. All right. Whew. Well, that was great. Another 3 hours and 46 minutes later, we are still awake, but not for long. I'm gonna go get some rest. Thank you for hanging out. Again, if you guys have never heard of Monsters and Memories, please go look it up on their website and their Discord. Take everything I've said or say with a grain of salt. I think it's one of those things that you need to do your own research, and the best way to research it is to hop in and give it a shot. So the playtest continues tomorrow, which is Friday, and then we have Saturday, and then we have Sunday. Potentially until Monday 1 p.m., but do not quote me on that. It's just 5 days technically is from 1 p.m. Wednesday. That would be 1 p.m. Monday. Don't quote me on that. They might be Sunday night at midnight or something, so I have no idea. But the point is, you still have 3 solid days. I'm level 5. I've only been playing for 2 days. And if you're not streaming, you're going to get a lot further than I did with all the distractions and shenanigans we got into. But thank you guys for hanging out. Really appreciate you. Classic EverQuest said, later man, get some rest. I definitely need it. Pablo says, good evening. Did you just join, man? I'm literally about to go to bed. Nah, I'm just playing. I mean, I am going to bed, but good to see you, Pablo. Dead Man Fishing, I'll see you later. Mogwai. I can't do that right now. Take care to you too. Twidget, thanks for hanging out. I'm really excited that you, number 1, found this stream, and number 2, that you're going to go check out Monsters and Memories now. So if I could only lead people to water, it's up to them if they want to drink, and I'm excited that you're going to try it out. So I hope you like it. Nicodemus, I know you're gone, but I hope you have a good night as well. Sun2W, thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate you. Mr. Grimco, thanks for hanging out. It was nice chatting with you. Keeb, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Psy22, awesome talking to you. Dan Molina, always a pleasure, man. Zabutify, you were the first one on tonight, so thank you for being here. And Pablo just said, grind for another hours, please. I would, and I will, but that's going to be later today. It's technically already Friday. It's 3 in the morning. I would love to keep going, but I feel like when I did that yesterday, I did more harm than good. Okay. I think right now, if I go to bed, I can still get a solid 5 hours. That's my normal sleep schedule is around 5 hours. Anything less than 5 hours, and it's going to be a brutal, brutal day. So we're not going to have a brutal day. We're going to have a good day. We're going to get a lot of rest. We're going to get a lot of work done at work. It's going to be a great Friday. And then once I take care of all my responsibilities, I will be back sharp, excited, and happy to be back in the world of Ether. It's going to be great, man. Papa said, I'm going to watch the stream from the beginning when it ends. Yeah, man, I'll be right there with you. Usually after I end the stream, I actually start playing it back, and then I go to sleep. So Classic EverQuest and I were joking about how I put him to sleep the other day. And I do the same thing. I'll turn it on, I'll watch for the first few minutes, I'll make fun of myself, and then before you know it, it's already the morning because I fell asleep. So, Twidget said, good night and thanks for the stream. I really appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And hopefully, if you haven't already, you too get a chance to check this out. I'm going to go into the comments section after I finish posting this, and I'm going to put the link so you guys can go create your own account and download and give it a shot for yourself. So if you're interested in that, but that's it. Without further ado, guys, peace, chicken grease, have a blessed night, be safe out there, and most of all, keep having a good time and having fun. Have a great night. See ya.